One.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Monday Night Gaming. Tonight we're doing something a little bit different, so I'm kind of your host, Greg Jackson, and the usual host, Chris, is over on the desk, and he's going to be joined by Jeremy Valentine tonight, who is going to be commentating on this game of Scythe that we're going to play. So it's a pretty hot game. There's not a lot of copies floating around at the moment, but we've got a copy here and we figured we'd give it a play through. So we're going to do a 4-player game. We have Chris, myself, Justin and Luca, and we're partway through setup. We've decided our factions because seating is based on a faction. And we're going to carry on with the rest of the setup, but we'll show the different faction cards, but I think we'll pass over to Chris and Jeremy to commentate, and they can tell us what they want us to put in front of the camera.
Okay, so I know absolutely nothing about Scythe other than that it's really popular and you can't buy it anywhere at the moment. We can
probably
I'm going to ask really stupid questions today, and you can keep us all informed.
Well, you know, I love and enjoy as much as possible this game. I've played it about 8 times, and the first time that I played it, I won. The second time I played it, it just continued on. So I don't know why I've found so much good success with this game, but it seems to be right in my wheelhouse. So I'll answer any questions that you have going forward.
Okay. So we did a little bit of a setup before we started, just to try and keep it smooth and get the shot framed and everything. So do you want to explain what's going on at the moment?
So basically what they've done is it's a different take on what happened in 1920s Europe. So a lot of the countries that you'll see there, we've got 4 colors in play. Greg will be playing the Saxony, that is represented by black on the board. Chris will be playing as the Crimea, that is represented by yellow on the board. Dustin will be playing Polania, and that is white on the board, and representing the Nordic is Luca, and that will be blue on the board. Now each one of these countries has different abilities that are set to them as a country. Now what's also happened is they've given out basically the agriculture boards or the industry boards.
Yeah.
And those are going underneath, and each one of those is set up a different way with top and bottom actions. Now the top and bottom actions are the same on each board, but they're set up in different combinations. So what might be a move and build combination on one board might be a move and recruit on another board, and we'll talk about those as they come up in the game.
Okay, seems relatively simple. So I'll bring Greg's mic back into play now, in case he's still spouting rubbish.
Okay.
So, Greg, you guys dealt out the industry cards. How did that get distributed between the four people?
What do we have? Chris says the agriculture one with the farmers,
which is always a little overpowered, but
I've got the patriotic. I didn't see you got mechanical. It's in the little box on the right. Mechanical and industrial for Luca.
So each one of those is going to have what we mentioned, those different combinations of a top action and a bottom action. There are 4 top actions that can be taken, and no top action can be repeated once again. So once you do it on one turn, you can't do it the next turn. So you have to move to something different. There is a race that has that as their special ability, that they can continue on and do multiple moves. Yeah. But for the purposes of this game, that race is not involved. That's the Russian race, and they're not involved, so they're not involved in the game.
So we don't need to worry too much about double actions and people spamming the OP abilities then?
No. Although there is an OP combination, and I don't know why it always happens that yellow ends up with the agricultural, but now knowing this group of players, they know that that's an overpowered combination, so Chris is going to have one of those games where he's not going to be enjoying himself because the players are going to come after him hard.
I think,
So what are the actual win conditions for Scythe? As they are coming in entirely new, so...
Right. So the Scythe win conditions are set up that it's all based on points, and points double as money in the game as well.
Right.
So for every dollar that you give or spend, you're actually spending a game-winning point.
Yeah.
So that's the way that it's tracked. Now the game ends once 6 objectives have been completed, and you'll notice on your screen it'll be almost right in the middle at the top. You see that white rectangular box. Those are the objectives that the players are trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Now those objectives have to do with
encounter
reaching
tokens.
maximum popularity, maximum
number of
combat
encounter
strength,
tokens next to
achieving
your
an objective, winning a battle, and then also on their bottom board you'll see
Number
that
of
they've got
encounter
several
spaces that are adjacent
cubes
to
that
your
are on
board.
there, and as those cubes get removed, once they complete an entire section, they'll get an achievement for that as well. And as soon as 6 stars are placed by any one person, the game is over. So
I
if
know,
there's
like,
no
other ones,
completion of the
there are-
round, that is
like
the end.
adjacent
And
to tunnels
there's a
and then
multiplier
on
at the end, but
tunnels.
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, no problem. I believe you have hero level characters and stuff like that. Is that something you want to bring in later on? Or
No, it's
talk about now,
Did you want me to show faction boards or?
that's probably a good plan. So what we're going to do is we're going to be showing the faction boards of each of the members. Greg's going to be holding them up to the camera, and as they get held up there, we're going to see. We probably put that full screen would probably be the best way to do it. And so we take a look here at Greg's race, and Greg is the Saxony, and what his special ability is he can achieve as many stars as he wants through combat or objectives. Combat is limited normally to only 2 stars, but for Greg, he can achieve as many as he wants. So that's he'll be a very aggressive fighter throughout. And that's excellent job, Vanna Greg. You've done excellent on that. If you want to show the next race, and we'll go on through.
Okay, we got Chris.
So Chris is holding it up to the camera as well. And the only thing that really matters with this is that top right ability. And during Chris's turn, he can use combat cards as a resource. So once per turn, he can use combat cards as a resource. That's a value. And of course, because that's a really powerful value, he starts with 0 combat cards. And we'll talk about combat the first time that we get into it.
Okay.
This looks like Dustin's. Now, Dustin's ability is set around encounters that happen by moving his hero unit onto an encounter space. When he gets that encounter, a normal player will have one of 3 options to be able to select. For Dustin and his race, which is Polania, they get to choose 2 of them. So it is extremely powerful. So you'll look for Dustin to start running out early to try and get as many of those encounters as he can, because they're quite overpowered.
Okay.
And then finally,
Luca is the last one, and he's showing us the absolute useless part of his card, but that's okay. Greg will have a note here. So what Luca's ability is his workers at the start of the game can river walk. That means that they can pass from one territory to another that's separated by a river, but only his workers. For his mechs and his hero to cross the river, they need to have that river walk ability, which we'll talk about when we talk about buying mechs and things like that. But his workers can move across, so he'll try and spread out early to get to the good spots.
not okay.
Okay. All right. So I think we're pretty much good.
Just
go.
double checking, you've dealt out secret objectives, 2 to each person, and you've
Yes.
selected a card for the one of those white
We
cards,
did, yeah.
bonus
I'll
cards.
show you that one.
Perfect. So the white bonus card is going to be buildings that are adjacent to. Sorry, I can't really see it. Right?
It's adjacent to encounter space.
Okay, so it is buildings that are adjacent to encounter spaces, and you see those encounter spaces. They have what looks like a cog listed on them, and you'll see those on the board. Once those get,
one on
once
each, I
those
think.
encounters happen, where the hero icon, or sorry, the hero meeple heads over there, that is removed from the game.
Okay.
And who's going first? I'm 3.
So I think we're good to start with
5. You're 1. Okay, there we go.
The players are ready then. We'll get right into it.
So Luca's going first.
Okay. So Luca's starting off the game. So there are 4 actions that he can take. He can move, he can produce, he can trade, And the final action is he can bolster. So bolstering will increase his military power. Move is self-explanatory. Produce, which is what Luca did, will produce resources. In this case, he produced a wood on the forest and an oil on the tundra. And the last one, of course, is trade, in which he can spend $1 or one end of the game point to be able to take any 2 resources, and he places them with one of his meeples.
If they want us to slow down, they'll tell us, I think.
So Chris is going to do the move action, and so he moves one of his his main character, which came from his home base, and he moved one of his meeples over to the mountain area.
Also gonna move.
So I'm assuming all of the different styles of tiles help generate different kinds of resources, things like that.
That's correct. So every tile has some sort of resource. So you'll have farms, which are yellow, villages, which are red, which create more meeple. You have are they called meeple? Is that the official?
Yeah, I think that's the term for a wooden people.
So we have oil, which is represented by blue, wood, which is brown, steel, which is gray. And so those are the different tiles that you have on there. Those are different resources, and each resource is used to be able to buy and purchase bottom actions.
Right.
And we'll go over the bottom actions when the first time a bottom action comes up.
Okay.
So Luca in his second turn moved. So he produced on his first turn, moved in his second turn. You'll notice that each one of
I'm going to produce
each one of the
just on the one for 2 oil.
Sorry, each one of the meeple that's set up there represents kind of a group of people. So every time you produce, it produces one unit of oil or 1 unit of wood per meeple that you have there.
Okay. So I'm going to turn off the camera on Greg's lovely face, just so we can see more of the players' boards for now. I'll bring it back on if we need to.
You traded? Yeah, they produced, right.
All right.
Okay.
So a produce action happened there by Chris. So you see that one meeple came in there because he was on the village, and one meeple came, and one steel came because that's where he had a steel there.
Encounter.
So the game moves very quickly. We have our first encounter. So Greg is going to be looking at the card here, and he gets to choose one of the 3 options that are listed on the card. They vary in no penalty for little reward, small penalty for medium reward, and of course a large penalty for a large reward.
Okay.
And didn't get a chance to see that one.
Hold
that up there. Greg, why don't you tell us what you got there?
So, do you want me to give the fluff?
Yes, you fluff it up,
so
my friend.
Shoot a wild boar for a lunch of bacon. Gain 2 food and 1 popularity. Herd the boars away from town, pay $2 to gain any 3 resources, or steer the boars into the helpless village, pay 2 popularity to gain 1 worker and 3 wood.
So again, those three options. One that has a little reward, a medium reward with a small penalty, and then of course a large penalty.
$2.
Losing popularity is very important, because the multipliers at the end of the game are all based on your popularity. So the higher your popularity, the bigger your multiplier. So you could have 0 popularity and get your 6 stars and not get very much in your multipliers.
But I am going
to
upgrade.
So just trying to balance up those multipliers against actually getting the right objectives for what you're doing.
Absolutely. The timing is more of right after World War I. So that's the timing of it. So everybody's war weary. So nobody wants to have
another encounter.
So we have Dustin, who's getting his first encounter, and this is a big benefit for Dustin because he gets to choose 2. So he's looking at it. Again, what ends up happening on the cards is the way they're set up is if you select the first one and the second one together, they're normally more powerful than the third one, and they kind of balance each other out for cost.
I'm going to show it, or just...
So, Greg, why don't you just give us the options there?
So, offer to translate for the locals and the soldiers, gain 2 oil and 1 popularity. Make a high-stakes bet and win a mech, pay $4 to deploy 1 mech. or intentionally mistranslate to rile up the people and seize control of the oil refinery. Pay 2 popularity to gain 1 worker and 3 oil. And you took the first 2.
Correct.
So he gained 2 oil and a popularity, and he paid $4 for a mech.
So as you were saying, taking the top 2 is obviously going to give you a benefit of extra stuff, but not the massive hit.
Not the massive hit, and again, you don't want to lose popularity because it's so important. You see the track on the upper part of the center of your screen there, and as they get over 7 is their first first barrier to get a higher multiplier, and the multipliers are everything in the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking I've got ideas for the next time we play this, how I can do a much better overlay. So my brain's always ticking over in production mode.
See, and that's the way to go. So we have another encounter. Each one of the countries has an encounter spot within their home base without having to cross a river.
Okay.
So that's why you're seeing a lot of them get their encounters, and because they're so powerful right now, the players will rush to get those early on in the game.
So I think Greg's just going to read
Read the results.
Reading these all the time?
I think just reading what Lucas
what-
picked.
Yeah.
Hire the inventor and fund his crazy inventions. Pay $3 to build 1 structure.
Perfect. So we have a structure being built, and it looks like it was the mill that was built. Luca, did you build the mill? Okay. So the mill has been placed on one of Luca's squares. Now, a building is considered to control the square, whether you have a meeple there or not. The mill is special that every time you produce on the mill no matter what. The way the produce works until you upgrade is you can only choose 2 spots at which to go. So if you have meeples spread on 6 spots, you can only choose 2, 3 with an upgrade. But with the mill, it produces no matter what. So he's placed the mill there, and he's going to get that.
Okay. So I'm going to quickly bow out and grab you a second monitor.
Okay.
So that you're going to have a much better view for commentary, and I can go a little bit deeper on the production for you.
Oh, wow.
I'll be back momentarily.
Oh, I'm left to my own devices.
So Chris is resolving his encounter. Drink too much and raid the storehouse. Pay 3 popularity to gain any 5 resources.
Okay, so a big hit there. He lost 3 popularity. Now, for Chris, the way that he's got his things set up with his country and his industry card is he'll be able to regain that popularity very quickly. So for him, it's not as big of a penalty for him now. Getting 5 resources early is going to allow him to buy mechs as well as be able to use bottom row actions, which are really important to the flow of the game. The more bottom actions you can commit, the better you're going to succeed. It looks like Greg has secured himself a mech. Greg, did you get yourself the Riverwalk mech? Is that what you picked?
I took the underpass mech.
The underpass mech. What does that allow you to do?
That lets me move between any mountain I control and any tunnel.
All right. So a big mech here for Greg is he is allowed to move to tunnel spaces, which are, if you look at your board, you'll see a red and black icon. That means a tunnel. So you can treat those tunnels as though they're adjacent to each other. But for Greg, with the mech he got, it added a special ability that he can move from any mountain he controls to any one of those red spots. So it's good for him as the combat style player. And looks like Luca is producing, and now he's doing a bottom action as well. So he is spending 3 of steel to be able to deploy a mech. And as you see on the right hand side of your screen there, that Luca is looking at the abilities that Blue has to be able to, wow, that's so much better. Look at you. He's using that to be able to place a mech. Luca, which mech did you pick?
That would get you a penny.
The Riverwalk mech. So now his mechs are allowed to cross the river. Mechs and your heroes are the only thing that are allowed to be in combat.
Basically just goes on any
all
of your
wooden units are considered non-combat units. The great thing about the mechs is they can pick up any number of your meeples or your workers and carry them. So you sometimes will see later on in the game one mech carrying a mass amount of workers from point A to point B.
Yeah.
2 up.
So I suppose if you're going to get the ones that have all the different abilities, like the underpass one you can pop things to unexpected places.
That's right, and especially Greg's whole strategy in this game is to commit combat without losing popularity. Now, the combats that will cause you to lose popularity is if you have to displace a worker. Again, this is an area of Europe that is very fed up with war, and so you lose a lot of popularity if you affect civilians in any way. So that's why you'll see any combat, Greg is going to make sure that he doesn't have any meeples there when he's coming in to attack.
3 wood to build my mill.
So here's another build action coming from Dustin. This time he's built a mill. So again, every time that produce happens as a top action, he will receive whatever is listed on the mill. So Luke is doing a move action, so he's going to move his character from 2 characters, 1 space. Each one of the boards will have a mech that allows them to increase their speed, to allow them to move 2 spaces as opposed to 1. Using the Riverwalk ability, Luca has moved over into the center square. Now there's one thing that we should point out. Right in the center of the board is the factory, and you see some factory cards on the bottom of the board. What that does is it gives you a 5th option to be able to select. So that's, you'll see them running to the factory. They have to end the turn in control of the factory, and then they get to pick and choose which factory item they get.
Is that the right one?
That's the right one right there where it says look here.
There we go.
So that is the factory. So you'll see that they will rush towards the factory. The factory is also often involved in secret objectives, which each player has 2.
Right.
The only one that can achieve more than 1 is Greg.
Okay. And that was because of his
Of his racial ability, yeah. And just on time, Greg looked at his secret abilities to know that, making sure that we knew that what those are. So again, you see resources being used. That means a bottom action is happening. Anytime that resources are used, a bottom action happens. Now let's talk about the 4 bottom actions. The 4 bottom actions are build.
I'm gonna go.
Allows you to build
right.
a building. There's 4 of them. We'll go over that in just a second.
Yeah.
The second one is deploy a mech. So there's 4 mechs available. Each one has a special
I'm gonna
ability.
upgrade.
The third one is upgrade. It allows you to move a cube from the top of your board or from a cost to a benefit. So basically what you're doing is you're making something have a bigger benefit for a smaller cost.
Okay.
So that's the benefit of upgrade. There's 6 total upgrades. And the last one is enlist. And enlisting allows you to get yourself a bonus every time somebody does a bottom action of the thing that you've enlisted.
Okay.
For example, if I take off the enlist one, there's going to be a bonus popularity that you get, and every time that somebody else does an enlist, I gain a popularity. So it's early. It's good to get those early as well. For this game, trying to find a balance is extremely difficult. You want to be aggressive, but not too aggressive. You want to enlist, but you want to upgrade. It's just trying to find as much balance as you can.
So one other question I had relating to the mechs, we said there was 4 different mechs available.
That's right.
Can you spam the same mech over and over, or do you have to go one of each eventually?
You build one of each. So as you build a mech, you see that there's 4 circles. If we take a look at Luca's card, which is probably filled up, and thankfully there's going to be a nice little look here, right there. Right, you see the 3 mechs that Luca has left, and he has uncovered one that allows him to riverwalk. As he uncovers each ability, it adds that ability to all mechs.
Okay.
All mechs and your hero unit.
That's an interesting. The more you build them, the better they
better
all
they get. So it looks like Dustin has an encounter card, and again, for his racial ability, it allows him to get 2 of those benefits. So he's doing a good job in getting after those encounter cards. That is his #1 goal because it gives him such a jump and a boost in his abilities. And it looks like Greg is going to let us know what Dustin has chosen. Greg, what did Dustin choose?
Tamper with the draft documents to keep the family together, gain $2 and 1 popularity, and deliver conscription papers and payment. Pay $3 to enlist 1 recruit.
All right, so good benefit there. He's getting a recruit. Now,
He's moving ahead up on the top there, being the white ones starting to get ahead.
yeah, so that's the popularity. So again, that only comes into play at the
when
end of the
you
game.
do
It's also a resource that can be spent.
We
anyone
discussed
but
the disadvantages.
That's correct.
A lot of them seem to be popularity.
That's right. And if you don't have the popularity, you cannot spend the popularity.
Okay.
The only time where there's the exception to the rule is on combat. If you attack somebody and you scatter 3 of their workers and you only have 2 popularity, you don't go negative, you just go to 0.
Yeah.
And even if you have 0, you can still scatter workers. So it looks like Dustin is doing a move action, or not. He's faking me out.
So with Riverwalk, I can go from any space over to 4.
No, so it's from those.
No, it's to those spaces.
It's to any space to those spaces.
From any space to a wood, or from any space.
That's correct. So each one of the races, if you look here on Luca's card, he's uncovered Riverwalk. And what that does is allows him to move from any space to specific spaces. And each race is a little different. So for Luca, it looks like he can move to steel or wood, but for different races, it'll be different where they can Riverwalk to.
Okay.
That just allows, it makes it so that early on in the game, you can't get into somebody's home base.
Straight
Because,
to it, yeah.
it allows you to get off your island, but not onto somebody else's home base.
Yeah. So you're still going to go the old-fashioned way.
That's right. And it looks like a bottom action again here from Luca. And he is going to be building. Again, there's 4 buildings. We've talked about the mill, so let's talk about the other 3. This is the monument that Luca's playing with right now. The monument only has a function of, once it's on, it controls a space.
Armory just unlocks
even
an
if there's nobody
additional-
there, so at the end of the game,
gain
it
a
counts
power
as a
whenever you do
controlled
the
space,
action.
which is a scoring factor at the end of the game. It also makes it that every time that he does the trade
Yeah, it's gotta be
action,
where you work as
he's
a-
going to gain a popularity.
Yeah.
So he
That's actually
spends
still
1 point
a
or
decent spot.
one coin to gain a popularity and the benefits of that. So it's a
That's a good
pretty
spot for him.
effective
Next to
spot
2.
for him to do. The other 2 buildings that we'll list, the mine, which is the U-shaped item on Luca's board, allows him to move from the mine to any one of those tunnel spaces that we talked about earlier. The tunnel spaces, the red and black spaces. So that's the mine. The armory acts the very same way as the monument for board control, but what it does is every time that the top action is taken, and for Luca it appears to be his trade action, so I apologize, it was bolster on the far side for Luca, but every time he takes his trade action he would
Build a
get
mech.
a power. It's
about to happen.
And that's located on the bottom left-hand side of the board.
And you've got the whenever
All the way
anyone
over here.
builds.
All the way over there. This look here thing is great.
You done?
I was going
I'm
to
gonna
set
pay
up
1
the
to
old way
bolster,
so I can draw
so
pictures and
3.
dots and things, but I should have done that before we
And
started.
Yeah, well,
then
this is a good
I'm gonna
temporary
pay
measure.
2 steel to build
It's
a
the hard
mech.
thing about trying to produce a game you've never played.
Mm-hmm.
All of this good
I get
ideas come to you when it's too
$3.
late.
Greg has his second mech on the board. Now again, mechs allow you to initiate combat, and Greg is going to be very focused on combat and objectives.
So it looks like he's got both his mechs with his leader as his hero character as well.
Right.
So it's going to be quite a force to be reckoned with, I'd assume.
That is correct. And what that does is it allows him, and you see another mech coming in from Dustin, who's the white character. But what the mechs allow him to do is every time that he's in a combat, for every mech and special character he has, he can play a combat card. Also, there will be dials, and we haven't seen one yet because we haven't had a combat, but the dials allow you to use your combat power, and the combat power is the I think if I just do this, yes, right there, that is where the combat power is. You can only use as much combat power as you have on there, and it uses it. So it's not you can use up to this and it doesn't do it. It actually consumes the combat power, but the maximum you can use is 7 on the dial.
So it's a finite resource.
Yes,
as well.
it's a finite resource, but if anyone can make it to the top of there, they're going to get a star for an achievement.
So it's trying to balance out, again, those wages scoring at the end of the game to trying to spend
once
it
per once per
at the
turn.
moment because it's going to give you a boost right now.
That's exactly right. This game is all about trying to find a balance. If you can find
Okay,
a
so
good
you're good.
balance and set up your engine, you're going to be
Done.
successful. People are going to try and disrupt your engine, and that is kind of their goal, to notice when somebody's engine is getting up and running and to get in there and disrupt it as quickly as possible. I was going to say, we have some comments in here. Who all is playing? We have Greg is listed as black. He is the Saxony. The Nordics, who are blue, that is Luca. Polania is white. That is Dustin. And Crimea is yellow, and that is
I'm gonna
Chris.
move. I'm gonna go 1, 2.
So again, with the ability that Greg has, he can move from any mountain area he controls to a tunnel. So you see that he's kind of spreading out right now. He also has his movement mech out, so he can move
combat
2 spaces.
With Luca.
And we do have our first combat, so we can have a quick look right in the center of the board, right beside the factory. And the winner of this combat more than likely will get the factory on the next turn. So that's a big win. And it is Luca, who is playing the Nordics, against Greg, who is the Saxony. They're going to use set a number on the dial. If you notice that Luca's set at 3, Greg is at 7, so that he has that many resources to use. And they each get a combat card to put in there. They don't have to put it in, but it is done secretly, and it is normally done under the table, so you don't know whether somebody's playing a combat card or not.
Okay.
9. Okay. So I spent 4,
9
and you
versus
spent
6,
3.
I think was the result.
Okay.
So Greg spent 3 and we spent 4. Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah,
but they have the combat cards as well.
Yeah,
So
which gives the bonuses.
right, and you heard it was 9 to 6.
Yes.
Okay. So the way that it works is now, because Luca lost, his special character is going to move back to his home base where he can move out of, and because he was the defending character, he actually gets to draw a combat card because he committed something to the battle.
Yeah.
If you commit nothing to the battle, you don't get to draw a combat card.
I suppose that's a mechanic that will stop you from being overwhelmed if everyone just keeps attacking you.
That is correct.
You stock up your cards, but equally, if you're the one on the offensive, you only have a finite number of cards until you get to.
That's correct, yes. And you find as well you find as well that the combat cards are listed right on the board and what's available. The 2, there's 16 of them. 3 power, there's 12. 4 power, there's 8, and 5 power, there's 6. So that's located right there. So you kind of know the odds of what your opponent has.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I don't know what it is, but I always find that Crimea always ends up with the 5s because nobody bothers them, and they cycle cards so quickly with their special ability that they end up attacking Crimea can sometimes be dangerous.
So Sean in Omaha has got some more questions there.
The max number of players is set at 5 for the base game. It plays up to 7 with the expansion, which has been released. The reason that we're playing with 4 is, unfortunately, one of the players that was supposed to be here is sick, but playing with 4 right now. So you'll see less combat with 4 players. With 7 players, you see combat all over the place. You don't get a round through that doesn't have some sort of combat.
He's unlocked his trade.
So I'm assuming again that the extra players
me.
add into the different coloured stars. So we've got red, green, and purple.
That's right. So red is part of the base game. That is the Russian. The green, I believe, are more of a combat based.
Yeah.
And the purple is it's more of a kind of a technology base. So they jump around the board a lot.
Yeah.
But that's their base. Unfortunately, I haven't had an opportunity to play in an expanded 7-person game, but I have watched one. Looks like Dustin got another encounter card. Now this is such a positive for him as a strategy, because him getting now 3 of these means that he's getting double benefits each time. Each encounter card is already very strong, but he's getting it. He's secured 3, and he gets the double benefit of the encounter cards.
And he's got his 2 max out in that score as well, it looks like. So obviously you can't see unless I turn this display on.
Okay.
What max he actually chose.
Well,
Whenever you're ready, Greg.
Steer the disoriented mech through the fog with your lantern. Gain 2 oil and 1 popularity. Pay the stranded man for his mech. Pay $4 to deploy 1 mech.
So that's 3 max going to that square now.
Have 6 of your tokens, i.e. character, workers, mechs, and structures on 1 territory.
Nice.
All right, so it looks like Dustin has achieved his secret objective, and that places a star right on the board. We've seen it there. Greg received a star for winning that combat, so he was the first star on the board, but Dustin securing his first star. And again, the game ends once 6 stars have been played.
And that is 6 from any combination of players.
That is correct. So if you look on there, and I guess we can go over those right now. From top to bottom, from top to bottom, you see the achievements are maximum number of upgrades, maximum number of mechs, maximum number of buildings, maximum number of enlistments. Then it's the maximum meeple, secret ability, 2 combats, maximum popularity, and maximum combat strength. So those are all the ways that you can achieve stars.
And we do have all 4 mechs.
Yeah, so Dustin is in a strong position here with 4 mechs. He has all of his abilities unlocked for his mechs, as well as just the added combat power of being able to come in and really be a bully around the board. So he's quite ahead, and this is all him sticking to the strategy based around his ability, which is getting the encounters. He got 2 free mechs off of those encounters. By free, I mean they cost $4, but $4 is very small compared to
The standard ways.
the standard way.
Building the structure instead.
And it looks like Dustin is building a building, and you made a mistake.
Yeah, my move was above my build, not my mech.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
couldn't build a
Yeah,
final mech,
so I
but he
couldn't
did
build
So
a
only 3 mechs. So
Okay.
Do my building.
So make sure you take your star back too.
Yes.
yet.
Okay, so he has
Yeah,
built a
so-
building, so that's again comes into the difference of the top and bottom actions. They don't match up on every single board, and if you're playing the race you're not familiar with, sometimes you
gonna
make a mistake.
move.
Which one is which?
So what we're talking about, obviously, Dustin getting to activate his racial ability quite a lot. Is how much counterplay is there in the game for the other players to be trying to stop him from getting those? So.
Well, knowing the racial ability is very important because it allows you to try and cut him off. So you have the black and blue are very close to white generally on the board. So black and blue will want to cut off white from being able to go out and get those encounter spaces that are all over the board. And in this case, they did not really keep Dustin reined in. He needs to get his mechs out there as fast as possible. His special character out there. The special character is the only thing that can activate those abilities, because that's your leader. So it's the leader that's kind of doing those encounters. But by not blocking off Dustin from moving his leader out, that's why they're kind of falling behind.
He's getting to keep doing it. And do it.
That's right.
So
Each-
until somebody goes in and pushes him off, he's going to be
all
stuck
kinda
in
good.
there.
Right. Oh, I've got some more. Thank you.
So do you want to see my
Sure.
factory card?
The very
or-
first factory card to come out, Greg has ended his turn there, so he gets to pay 1 power and he gains 2 popularity. So that is his top action. So he's going to be running through the popularity, moving it up.
And
As a
also gonna
secondary action,
upgrade
he also gets to move 1 unit, 2 spaces. If he has his speed movement, he actually gets to move that person up to 3. So it will allow him to move for
Here.
combats as well.
And I get a coin, and I'm done.
So Sean in Omaha asks, what do the red hexes mean? The red hexes that are around the board, there's 6 of them, are considered tunnels. Now tunnels are adjacent to each other and to your own mine. Now Greg has a special ability unlocked that allows him to move from any mountain area he controls to any one of those tunnels as if they're adjacent. So that's how he's moving around the board so quickly. As
Okay,
the
combat
characters
card
build a
produced.
mine, they'll be able to move from their mine to any of the tunnels and back again to their own mine and consider those hexes as adjacent. Oh, the Sean in Omaha has all these questions. I'm either doing a bad job or he's really good at asking questions. I haven't decided yet.
Sean's one of my friends I do one of the podcasts with.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you
It
for
did
watching,
help-
Sean.
It helps the show along. So, Justin, whilst we were doing that explanation, did get to play his 4th mech.
Yes.
So the star goes back out onto a track.
That's right. So finally, he gets to. He took the top action that that matched up with the ploy mech, which allowed him to do that. Now, when you move your action piece, and again, we've talked about not being able to repeat the same action. You can't do 2 move actions in a row.
Yes.
When you do that, you can do one. Your top action, the bottom action, both or neither. So you can do any combination of those things. So you do not have to take your top action.
Right.
You do not have to take the bottom action. But generally, you want to. The more actions that you can do is going to increase your ability to win the game. If you're doing a bottom action every time you do a top action, the likelihood of you being in a positive position is quite high. Now that looks like a deploy action that came from Chris. He is yellow, and it looks like he has all of his meeples on the board. So when he produces, he is going to be producing a lot. The problem is, and we're just going to
produce.
focus on a spot on Luca's board here, and you see that these are the
me.
leftover meeples in the second area on Luca's board. We're just going to reduce the chat for now. If you look here, there's 3 red squares. Now, every time that Luca produces, he has to pay anything that is listed in those red squares. Now, Luca, can you do me a favor? Can you lift up your 3 extra meeples for me?
I'm going to upgrade.
So as he lifts up his meeples, it actually opens up an additional cost every time that he produces. So now with Chris having deployed all of his meeples, although that's extremely powerful, every time that he produces, he has to pay 1 combat power, 1 point or $1, and 1 popularity. If he doesn't have any of those things, he cannot produce. So there's...
It's a self-balancing that even though you can get a lot more from production, it's a lot harder to do it in the first place. So
Well,
it's what you say about setting up your engine to keep it flowing.
I always say it learned from the you can't feed your meeples trick in Stone Age, where every turn you deploy all your meeples as fast as possible, but you never ever feed them. So you take the minus 10 points over the power. Well, this one has set you up that you get hurt if you're producing with that many meeples. But we trust Chris. He's played this game many times, so I'm sure that he's got everything all lined up for that. So it looks like, oh, and thank you, Luca, I appreciate that. So we see a move action coming from Luca. He's moving his leader over. He's allowed to move 2 spaces because he does have the +1 speed mech uncovered. So his mechs and his leaders can move 2 spots. You'll see resources on the board as well. Those resources can be moved around, as many resources as possible, by any units. However, if you're walking in and you've
Man, I
got
need to
10
get cracking on
resources with
building.
1 meeple and somebody comes in, and scares your meeple away or your worker away, you can then use those because they're considered to be your resources.
Okay.
Did I just leave my guy here, actually? Got over there. Get that?
Now, the one thing that makes Scythe unique, obviously during a cast, they're playing a little slow so that we can follow the action as it goes. But the unique thing about Scythe is with the double actions, you get the... sorry, I'll interrupt. Greg, are you ready to pick?
Banish the lady from her family's land, pay 2 popularity to build 1 structure.
All right. And sorry, that was Chris who activated that?
Built his monument.
Okay, so Chris built his monument, so every time he takes that action, he's going to get an extra popularity.
Because he's always going to count as having controlled that square.
That's right, and it comes into play later in the game. We'll just go back
to deploy a mech.
I don't remember what I was talking about.
We were
Here,
looking
which gets me 3. I did deploy a mech.
the
And
number of
I
people
also
in play
can
fresh production.
complete this objective.
There was something else
Control
beyond
the
that. It must
factory
not
at
have
the
been
end of
very
your turn and
important.
have the highest power of any player. Ties are okay.
Oh, sorry, it was the play of the game. So a top action, did you achieve your secret objective? So it looks like Greg has achieved his secret objective.
Yeah.
So he's going to get 1 star. Now, he's the only player that can achieve both of his secret objectives. So he gets 1 star for that. He's got 2 on the board now. So the pace of play works where the top action affects the board, and the bottom action really only affects you. So you'll see in experienced players will take their top action, and while they're figuring out their bottom action, the next play will go on. So sometimes you'll see bottom actions take 2 or 3 turns because that's really the complicated part of it. So the top action will happen and the bottom action will take a little bit of time to go. Looks like we have a combat, and it is a mismatch all over the place, as it looks like Dustin has 3 of his mechs in the unit, taking on Chris, who only has 2. If you look at their combat power, he is higher there.
Okay, so move me down 5, please.
So Dustin definitely won that combat, so the other 2 units are going to have to retreat back to their home base, and you see a card got passed to Chris. That's because he committed at least 1 power to the battle.
Oh, no. I'm
Can
also
you put
going to
yourself
build.
down?
Cost me 2 now to build because I upgraded.
Yep.
So that leaves Greg in a pretty good position on the power scale, is it? Down at the bottom?
Yeah, so when Greg attacks somebody, he's going to have a good advantage right now, and that's really the again, we talk about sticking to the strengths of your unit or of your race. If your race is benefited by encounters, go get encounters. If your race is benefited by attacking people, you want to work on attacking people and doing everything you can to make sure that attacking happens.
Yeah. And then this one of the mountain squares up here for Greg.
That's right.
Gives him access
To any of the tunnels is considered adjacent. Now, at the end of the game, if you control the factory, as Greg does right now, it counts as 3 hexes. So we'll take some time now to discuss kind of end of the game scoring, which is why you might be able to see some strategies that are going on. So we're going to focus on the top middle of the board. So there are 3 ways to score points. The first one is based on your stars. So you take how many stars you have at the end of the game, you're going to multiply them by the popularity track and where you are. So the way that it goes for stars is 5 at the top, 4 at the bottom, or 4 at the middle, and 3 at the bottom. So right now, if the game were to end right now, white would score 4 points for every star, whereas everybody else would only score 3 points for every star. Then we go over down to the second row, which is hexes, and that is 2, 3, 4, working our way up. And however many hexes you control, times that by where you are on the popularity track. The last one is how many resources you have. It goes 1, 2, 3. From bottom to top, and it's 2 resources equal 1. So if you have 10 resources times 1, it would end up getting 5 points at the end.
Yeah.
Because it's every 2 resources is 1.
Okay.
So that's kind of the end of the game math that's going on. But again, any coins that you gain throughout the game are points to the end of the game. So you'll see lots of people will focus on getting their engine going throughout the game to gain coins every single turn, but won't really focus on the end of the game scoring because they think they can build up enough of a lead to be able to get themselves in a good position.
Trying to get the natural high score to survive a multiplier.
That's right. That's right.
Taking 2 oils.
And so from earlier on we were discussing the 6 stars being on the track. I'm assuming
one.
it's 6
Yep.
different stars.
That's correct. With the exception of Greg. Greg is the only one who can put in multiple stars in an area, and he can only put them in 2 specific areas. That's achievements, secret objectives,
Yep.
and battles. So he's the only one that can achieve more than one.
So Greg could theoretically get 2 stars from battles, 2 stars from achievements, and then drop 2 in anything else.
Yes, that's
Most
right.
likely the max if you're going to be going through those battles.
That's correct. So the one thing that Black has the power is they have the ability to end the game almost at will.
way to go.
Because if they can get their power track high enough, which is on the bottom left-hand corner, and they can spread their mechs out and get a lot of combats in one turn, they can go from 3 stars to
Cost
6
one.
stars in one turn.
one.
Yeah.
So you'll see that Black will try and delay the game as much as possible until they make their move to try and end the game. Black normally will end the game, but it's just a question of whether or not the other players have done enough to be able to counter Black's aggressiveness to be able to get the stars. To give you an example, the last game that I played, I was the Crimea. I only had 3 stars and ended up winning the game because my popularity was so high. I got so many multipliers at the end of the game. Even though Black had 6 stars, it was a closer game. But that's just a prime example that you can win this game only having 2 or 3 stars in there. Now you'll see that Chris, who's the yellow player, has not really moved much from his home base, and that's because his whole job is the Crimeans. They're farmers, so he is very good at trying to defend himself and stay where he is. But you'll see that right now Dustin feels that yellow might be a threat, which is why he's moving closer to yellow. He's trying to disrupt that engine that yellow has made.
Yeah. So those 3 mechs there are going to want to come in here. And
Now, what really hurts Dustin right now, and I'll try and speak quietly so he can't hear me, is that Chris has the ability to move all of his meeple into the
Gonna
spot
bolster.
where Dustin's going to come. What he does is Dustin has to wager whether losing 8 popularity is worth coming in there and disrupting the engine.
because obviously that's the representation of
Here.
just going and massacring farmers.
Yeah,
isn't
that's
exactly
correct. That's
the
correct.
best
That gets me
move.
3 bucks.
And scattering them, although
And I'm done.
will
Another star for Max for me.
We have another star here for Mex. That is coming from Greg, has achieved himself a
Greg's got
star.
all 4 mechs right now.
1 worker.
Right now, again, 3 stars each for Greg and for Dustin. Dustin is white. The strategy for the blue team is to spread out early and be able to get items that other people might not be able to get early in the game because the workers can cross the river early.
Yeah.
Luca's a bit newer to the game. This is only his 3rd game, I believe. And again, he's got his buildings out, so he's trying to create himself more of a late game score. So he's getting his buildings out. He's putting them adjacent to mines to be able to. So you see, he's got buildings adjacent to mines, which is a bonus score at the end of the game. So. You'll see that he's setting himself up for a late game push.
Oh yeah, you can go to the red
So
star.
obviously, because
You
we
can
didn't
move
have
to
red,
unused.
purple, and then there's this open area down here. Is the reason
then
why
you're done.
we've not expanded this way yet? Is it?
There is no specific reason that there's been no expansion other than there's no need to go over and
Gonna
get
move.
food where purple is if you've got food in your own home base. So Now, this is a Riverwalk ability. We're going to look here at this red star. Normally, no unit can enter another person's home base, but a river or a mech ability that yellow has is they can move to any unused home base.
That's it.
So in this case, it would be purple, red, or green that they can move their main unit to.
Yeah.
So that is an ability that he has, and what he's probably going to do is he's looking for these encounter tiles that are all listed on this far side. Normally red would be getting these encounter tiles, but since red is not in the game, they're still available.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's a little bit of a battle of wills between Chris and Dustin, because Chris is trying to disrupt Dustin's game by taking away the encounters, whereas Dustin's trying to disrupt Chris's game by moving in. And we talk about the movement right there on that hex. Chris has taken away Dustin's ability to come in because it's going to cost him so much popularity. And right now, with Dustin in the third track of popularity, it's almost not worth it for him to come in there to disrupt. So it's a good strategy.
Multiply is not worth
Probably.
the disruption you'd get.
That's correct. That's correct. So you mentioned earlier on in the podcast that Scythe is hard to come by. To give you an example, recently I saw a copy of this collector's version of Scythe, which has some really great units that come with it. But it was on sale for $500.
Yeah.
So in the original Kickstarter game, this collector's edition was, I think it was just under $200.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a big upgrade, and everybody wants this game right now. And so far, everybody I've played this game with has found it to be quite enjoyable. Nobody's played this game and said they didn't like it. Looks like it looks like Luca is going to be achieving a star. And he is achieving a star for mech, so Luca has his fourth mech out and gets his second star. That look on Greg's face looks forlorn. I don't know why. Now he looks intrigued. Let's play facial expressions with Greg.
As long as he's not playing Speak Out, I don't mind what he looks like.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to take 2 steel, but I'm just going to leave them off the board. I'm going to spend 1 plus 5. And I'm going to build.
So now we're seeing Chris is using his resources as well as a combat card that he can use one combat card per turn as a resource. So he's using that, and he's building a mech, and so he now has 3 of his mechs out, it looks like. Perhaps to counter the aggression that Dustin is showing right in his face there.
Over to you, sir.
Okay, me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna move. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm gonna build.
So again, all tunnels are considered adjacent, so that's why you see the movement there, and normally only able to move 1 square, but as we mentioned earlier, every board has a square. When you use that mech and you take it off, you can have +1 speed on all your moves.
Take $2. I took a star for building my last building.
So it looks like
4 stars for Dustin now.
4 stars for Dustin. He's built his last building. He's built the mine, the mill, the monument, and the armory. So all of them are out. He now has 4 stars, and right now is in a really dangerous position because of his position on the popularity board. He is going to be getting really high multipliers on everything.
Yeah.
And he's quite spread out with his building, so he controls a lot of hexes.
Yeah.
So a really good positive spot right now for Dustin, just where he is.
So it's all going to be about what the other players can do to rein him in without letting one of them.
That's
take
right.
the lead.
Counter.
Well, and the one thing that we'll point out is the first time that my group and I played this game, that the first time that we played the game, it took us about 3 hours. Well, we're just under an hour into this game, and we already have 1 player with 4 stars. So as players get more comfortable with this game, it ends up speeding up drastically, and they've even decided to slow it down a little bit so that we can keep track of some of the things that are going on.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So if you play this game the first time and it takes you 3 hours, please do not be intimidated by that. It is a game that has so many different strategies,
you would do the
but stick with it, because this game is quite enjoyable.
Still.
Or else just sell it for
Okay.
$500.
Yeah, or make double your money. You know, and sell it
move.
off. Hey,
Here.
I think market-driven economy. I think that $500 might go up in the next little bit because people are clamoring for this
I
game.
still don't think we've worked through our pre-order list, just because every time we get it in, there's more people added themselves to a list than we get in.
That's it.
So it doesn't feel like the list has been going down.
Yeah. So you know your game has been successful when, after many releases, there still is not any dent in the request list.
$2 and a popularity.
So it looks like we have an encounter card. I see Greg holding one right now.
Tell a group of soldiers a funny story while they eat lunch. Gain $2 and 1 popularity.
So the basic the minimal reward was taken by that. And Greg, that was your card. All right. So Greg actually expanding and picking up some of these encounter tokens. Again, the power that Greg has in being ability to have combat.
From that square down here.
That's correct. That's the one he took it on. So you can see, if we take a look at this square here, it's nice and open. You can see this little cog item. And that cog item means an encounter. If we look at this hex right here, this one has still not had the encounter. So that's one still not taken.
That's all I can do.
I can't see any of the untaken encounters. Just like, there's the one that we've got to look here on, and then I can't spot any others.
Yeah, I think there's one. I think there's one over at the top here.
Me and Greg started.
So those are the only 2 encounters that have not been taken. But
Okay, instead of gaining resources.
perhaps try and look for Dustin has the ability to move over. He might have that in his mind that he's after that next encounter. Because again, he does get that double benefit.
There's his hero, so
Yeah.
relatively close to that one.
And the hero can move 2 spots with the unlock. So he is one move away from being able to step in there. It's just massive people. It almost really sets this game up to the real life, because if you talk about the Crimea in the 1920s, it was just a population explosion because of all the food that was there. So that's what you're seeing right there from Chris, who is the yellow player. You look like a nail. Well, good evening to you. You look like a nail. Welcome to the podcast here at the Century Box. It's Monday Night Gaming. We're playing Scythe today.
Yeah, there's another
I've been able to
regular.
get wood, and it cost me 4 to
I like
build,
regulars.
and then I don't get anything.
We're a nice crowd.
Yeah. This is my first time either
I went
playing
a
or
different
casting, and I'm
route.
really enjoying myself. So
done?
I'm hoping I get an opportunity to either play or cast again.
Yeah, you're more welcome to come back. So I was just about
And
to
that means
say that Greg's moving down here quite a lot.
I have
and
become a
he
despised
moved down even
warmonger.
further.
Have
Right.
3 or less
So again, he
popularity,
will get
at
an
least
achievement if you can make it up to
13 power,
16.
and at least 2
You don't
minutes.
lose the achievement once you go down from 16. It's the same on the popularity. If you reach the top of the popularity track, you
I
do
just
get
did
that.
another
Another
objective.
secret.
Another secret objective for Greg. So he is now at 4 stars.
Same as Dustin, they're both on 4.
And I'm done.
And he's relatively close to getting the 5th star here.
Yeah, and a combat is away. He's 1 combat away from getting it. And as we mentioned, Dustin did move over. He got that encounter, so he's going to have a look at this encounter. Probably take the one that's going to set him up for the end of the game, and I guarantee it's going to be something to do with popularity. He's not going to do anything to sacrifice his popularity dropping below the threshold to move it down. He's actually moved it up 1, and that's a big benefit for him. Now let's talk about the difference about end of the game. I can't see how much money they have, but if you look right now at the popularity differences, both Dustin and Greg have 4 stars, but right now on the stars, if the game were to end with both of them having 6, or even with if Greg secures himself 6 and Dustin keeps with 4, Dustin would be getting 20 points, whereas Greg would only be getting 18 off of the stars.
Yeah.
So the popularity track is so important to being able to manage.
see
So-
the end to it, Nora.
Luca said he can see the end in sight, so he's trying to work his way up the popularity track as well, but only with 2 stars on the board. But if you have a look at his board, the tough thing for him is he's not really specialized in anything. He's got his star for his buildings, but he's almost got full recruits. If we just minimize the chat for a quick second here.
I didn't realize it.
So you look at these 3 circles; those are his recruits or the enlisting. He hasn't worked very hard on that. He has 3 upgrades, which is pretty good, but there's 3 more to go. So like the amount of stars that he has an opportunity to get is actually quite limited at this point in the game. However, he doesn't have any on combat, so he could get into combat, get himself 2 quick stars, and get himself right back in the game.
He's been left alone pretty much overheated to his own devices. We've seen Dustin move quite aggressively, as we said, around the encounters.
And we do have an attack. It is the attack from Chris to Dustin. So it looks like Chris is attacking Dustin, and it is 1 against 2. But you look at the combat power. Right now, Chris can commit 6, whereas Dustin can only commit 2 to it. So Chris obviously going after a star. If Dustin loses the combat, both of his mechs will retreat to his home base. Chris will receive a star and scare away those mechs in his base. So again, they can put 1 combat card in for each combat unit they have. In this case, 2 for Dustin, who is white, 1 for Chris, who is yellow. They can commit up to 7 points, but only to a maximum of the points over on their combat on the combat chart. And whether there's cards there or not is completely secret. So you don't know what's going on until you flip. The flip has happened.
Okay. Sorry.
So Dustin committed a card and Chris committed a card?
Yeah, so Chris does not get a card back because he was the attacker, but
he did invest his full.
He invested his full power into that, but he did scare away those 2 mechs that were close to it.
So a pretty clever move by Dustin. Looks like they're not committing any power, just a card, which he was going to get back anyway.
That's correct. Well, he doesn't get the same card back. He just gets a new card. Yeah, he does recycle a card. It also, pro-level strategy here. If you have a unit that's really far away that you want back at your home base, the quickest way to do it is to initiate a battle and lose.
Yeah.
If you feel confident that the person, especially right now, with only 2 stars for Chris is not in a position to challenge Dustin and score, so he can attack.
Star combat, please.
Greg is going to have an attack, and it is just going to be a straight loss right there. Chris did not have anything to commit to the attack.
And I'm done.
Is that going to be Greg's 2nd star in combat?
2nd star in combat, and again, he can have as many as he wants, and he's the only player to do so. He is now at 5 total
Well,
stars.
he's going to get either combat or
So you're going to see strategy change at this point. When a player gets to 5 stars, the game can end very quickly, so
can't
players are
boast
going to
of
try
it,
and
right,
set themselves up to get the highest multipliers at the end of the game.
Yeah.
So I'll just take. Here, I'll go down 1 on the combat track.
Again, Greg didn't commit too much on the power track.
He just needed to commit enough to be able to win the battle.
And here, I'm going to
Some more
produce 3
meeples
wheat,
today.
which I'm going to trade right away. I'm going to list my last guy.
So he had to pay a combat crack because we talked about the cost of deploying meeples is equal to, the cost of producing is equal to the amount of meeples left in there. So whatever's uncovered. So a final enlist from Dustin. So he has his 5th star on there. So now 5 stars for Dustin and 5 stars for Greg. 2 stars each for Luca and Chris. Well, he should look nervous because of the multiplier setup right now. I can't see Dustin losing the game as it's set right now. The only way that Greg is going to have an opportunity to challenge is if he can get himself popularity-wise out of that bottom level. If he's at 4, it's going to be a close game. If he's at 3, there's no chance. And he will join the tragic list of people who win the game by getting all their stars out, but don't win the game
Because they're just not popular enough.
Every 2 resources.
Hey, it's post-war time. Nobody wants fights. Nobody wants fights, especially in the European Union.
Amen. You actually have a. What's your river walk ability?
To
So we
wood
see
or metal.
Luca right now just doing a produce action.
You have some completely crazy combats you can take, or you can bolster for 3. You said, right?
I can. Yeah.
So I think you can tell what Greg's a noob, one of the noobs on this table.
And why would you say that?
Everyone seems pretty calm around his aggression. I think there's potential he's going to steer himself into a bad fight.
Anything you do, and I'm pretty sure I.
Well, again, the only thing that Greg needs to do, and he has, remember earlier, he got a factory card which allows him to gain 2 popularity. So that might be his next move, to move him up into that secondary track. That would be the smart thing to do.
Try it, like, I don't know.
The other thing that could be done,
enlist.
if again, a pro strategy
When you're
right
done.
here for Dustin, as Chris is getting his 3rd star. Pro strategy for Dustin would be to
your
walk in a
turn.
battle with Greg and lose the battle on purpose to be able to make it so
I
that Greg
figured it was-
stays down on that.
If I end
on
it
that
there in the
track.
bottom
Greg's
level,
moved up
like
to-
I have no chance.
So he
Really.
uses that factory
I had
to
to,
move
like,
himself up. So right now the game's a
bump
lot
into the
closer
second
with
one
Greg
at least.
securing his himself into that. He's also, one thing that Dustin may not
And
be aware of is that Greg is currently holding the factory, which is worth 3 hexes at the end. So technically right now, based on the multipliers, Greg is going to be getting himself 9 points just by holding that factory. So that puts him in such a good position to perhaps have surprise points.
Yeah, Fender wins
This game
by,
is
right?
all about kind of surprise points. Oh, I didn't realize that you scored 16 points.
Try and end it.
So we'll see if Dustin's able to snake it out. But right now, Greg looking really sneaky. I wish that we
Yeah,
could take a
0
tally. In
power.
fact, I could probably go over there and take a quick tally of what's going on.
I'm gonna move.
Greg is a big fan of the engine building, resource management style
Combat, you
game.
know,
That's
lose
right.
popularity when forcing.
Once he's comfortable with this game, I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes one of his
Yeah,
favorites.
that's nice.
Well, we have a combat
Would've
here
dropped
now.
him
If
down.
Dustin wins this combat, he will have the final there. Did he win the combat? He did win the combat. Now, make sure how many meeples got displaced.
It doesn't matter. I have camaraderie.
So a special ability that he has on his
Holy
thing is
cow,
camaraderie,
are we
which
done?
makes
And
it
it's
so
only
that he
7:15?
does not lose popularity when he moves in there. So the game is now over. The 6 star has been placed. So now we're just going to go into counting points. That was a very
We could always
fast game.
switch
Again,
out,
the
but,
more experienced you are, the faster the games go. So I think it did really well. What's
Yeah.
What's going to be very sad? What's going to be very sad for Dustin is when he loses the game.
All right, so
Just doing quick math, I think it's very close. I think we're extremely close. I'm going to leave the broadcast position and walk over there and see if I can help score.
Slack to get there.
Oh, actually, I have enough slack to move over myself. Look at that. So I'm going to head over and see if I can't help score this game. I think it's a lot closer.
I didn't get any buildings out. So
All right. You got no buildings out?
No, couldn't get there.
So are you guys ready to score?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. So let's start off with the scoring. Just looking at the scoring track that's listed right here. Again, we've talked about it that Dustin is in the highest score track. So we're going to go through it one at a time based on stars first. And all we do is we pay out the money directly to the people and then just count the money at the end. It's easier than keeping track. So we'll start with stars. Dustin with 6 stars and 5 multiplier will score 30 points off of that. You guys get the money. I'm not going to do it.
30 points.
Yeah.
So there's
What's this?
so that's for stars. So 30 points for Dustin. We move on now to yellow, who will secure looks like 12 points off of his stars. Blue secures 8 points. And black secures 20 points. We move on now to the next multiplier, which is hexagons that are in control. I'll let you guys count up your own hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh, right. That's right.
So I see 6 for white, which is 6 times 4 is $24. So if we can get 24, 25 here, I got change. We get 25 for Dustin there.
Thank you, sir.
Make sure it's 25 and not 30. Yeah, it is. Okay. The 10s and the 5s look very similar. We move on to yellow. Yellow, how many hexes are you in control of? You already got yours. Okay, blue, how many hexes are you in control of? So you secure yourself 12 more coins.
Sure, you count that as 3.
So 7 for me.
So Greg, you secure 7 because you control a factory, which is worth 3.
21.
So 21 points based on that. And now we go on to resources, leftover resources. White, do you have any leftover resources? You have 2, so you're going to score 3 points. Yellow, do you have any? You have none. Blue? 6 resources. Okay, so you're going to score yourself 6 points.
And nothing for me.
And you have no resources. Okay, so that is all the multipliers. Now we move on to this special condition card, which is buildings that are adjacent to encounter squares. So buildings that are adjacent to counter squares.
Number of encounter spaces that are adjacent to.
That is correct.
So this building has 1, 2.
Yeah.
Yes. This building has 1, 2. And this building has 1, 2. So I'm in the 6 to 7 range.
Yeah, so you score 9 points.
Okay, $1 to take 2 5s.
Okay.
I didn't count this that's directly in this space.
Yeah.
I just went this guy who's adjacent
But isn't it
to
counts
2.
as adjacent to building, so it's 1. That counts as each is 1.
And how would you ever get into 6 and 7 under that?
Yeah,
period?
you have to.
Impossible.
You have
Then
to.
it's buildings adjacent to counter spaces.
No.
It's encounter spaces adjacent to
Encounter
buildings.
spaces adjacent to your building. Because otherwise you can't go more than 4 if it's.
You would never. I know. I mathed this one out.
I don't know if it's.
You would never hit
wording's
6.
really bad.
You
Okay,
would
let's
never
go
hit
with
6
that.
or 7 under that.
Encounter space.
I just noticed like the other one's
Because
like what you
like
Yeah, it could be.
count the same one twice.
I found it a
don't
strange
know.
one the first
Yeah.
time I encountered it, so then I started doing
So
the math. Like,
it could be.
it's
It could be
physically
unique.
impossible.
It could be unique encounter spaces. See, as the game is still new, there's the wiki is not as good right now. So
Check.
if let's see the count. If everybody has the same.
He's gonna win like anyway.
I don't know if that's true. Yellow. Yellow. How many buildings do you have?
I got my points.
You got yours already. Okay.
2 5. 1 2 for the armory, 1 2 for the monument, 1 for the mine, 0 for the.
Right. So 5. So you'll score yourself 6 points. So $6. And Greg,
0.
no buildings out.
No building.
All right, so that is all the scoring. So now you just count up your points and go from there.
If you want to read the scores out once you've totaled them up, so I've got Dustin, Greg, Luca, and Chris. So if you give me them in that order, I'll type it up.
Yeah, absolutely. So who's first?
Dustin,
Dustin has 75 points.
okay. And
Greg?
54.
54 points.
Luca,
47.
Last place, 46.
All by 1 coin.
That's actually a lot closer.
Close between us guys.
By you going, I lost. Not only did you take away my space, next turn, I would have been up into the next trap building.
Yeah. So again, a lot of this has to do with where your positioning is on the end track, also compared to how many points and coins you can get early on in the game. So again, this game, the first time that it was played, took about 3 hours, and that game just over an hour, and kind of pounded through. So just a quick show of how Scythe works, and yeah, that's other than that, that's pretty much it.
yep.
Well, I'm glad that you liked the game, Dark and Creeper. Have you had an opportunity to play it on many occasions? Dark and Creeper says he loves this game.
I really wanted to push for this, but then I thought Greg was going to go out on.
So what we can do is if me and you sacrifice our mics, we can let them have a chat on the table. about
Yeah,
how the game
absolutely,
went.
absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn down our mics and get it over to them so that they can talk about the game.
Yeah. Like, missing one thing can actually be kind of crucial. So. Well, now that we've played one, Jeremy can jump in and play a game because
No, you don't need to sit out. You're welcome to. But you don't need to.
yeah, that went way faster than anticipated. I guess 4 experienced players can go pretty quick. Do you want to play again?
I'd be down, to be honest. I like this game. It just doesn't. It hasn't clicked for me yet because there's so many different options. Yeah, it doesn't like me.
How many times have you what races have you played though?
I've only played the blue race.
Oh, I find the blue race really hard.
Right. I never played anything but the blue race. I realized that as I sat down.
I find white and black.
I find white and yellow.
No, yellow.
Black is hard because you can rush those stars, but then like your popularity.
But black can keep yellow in check.
Always keeps you back. Black needs to keep
Yellow in check.
Problem was,
and white to some degree.
if I wanted to complete these, I needed to have low popularity and get my power up high. So I was hoping I would have time to. That's why I took this. I was hoping I'd have time at the end to then like get up there and get the stars, and then just crank and get my popularity up. But it's too
I think
slow.
is the first time as white that I've sat at a table where I was allowed to take 4 encounters.
Yeah.
I think usually as white, the most I've ever got is 2. It's like everyone's always blocking me on those encounters.
5 player.
I really went hard on them like right away.
Like 5 player. If you can get 3, you've done well. And 4 player was 11.
I think 4 player is
tokens.
easier to get way more tokens.
I actually think what the turning point for me that I've actually also never had happen was that my very first encounter with white allowed me to
get
buy
a mech.
That
is really
unlocked
overpowered.
Riverwalk for me immediately. Almost, I think, setting up the game the way it went for me at least.
I saw on the
Like
3rd or 4th turn, I'm like, wow, one turn you had to take it back where you placed on your
one,
where you placed your fourth mech, but then it was the next turn though. It was
exactly.
like,
and then it was all my buildings that round, and then the next round it was all my mechs. And then it was like it started to grind a little bit. The engine started to grind down a bit because I had no resources left. I'd already had all my buildings, all my mechs, and now I'm going. Where are the rest of the stars? And I had to run over here to get that last encounter, which actually fast-tracked the list because it gave me a free enlist. And I only had 1 left. So it was like,
if you guys,
there's a lot of good luck on my side.
I found that when I see success in this game, when I see people do well in this game, it's always they take what their special racial ability is and they embrace it, and they just build around that. Yours is built around getting encounters. Yours is built around spreading it early before anybody else can do things. Because you can move your workers to places like these guys are limited at the beginning of the game.
What would be the advantage of spreading out those workers, right? Like,
nobody's going to come in and take you out from workers, but he's limited to wood and people and food. You're the only person who's not limited to what you can get.
Your race, one advantage, it's hard to do, I think, but you move out, you can get a lot of producing really early of the things that you need. Like one of my problems is that some of my best producing things, like oil, where I only require 2, on this case, to pay to upgrade, I have to cross the river until I can really even produce oil. So I'm trading money away.
He can't make any mechs. You can do whatever you want. So you can follow whatever strategy you want.
So him, and I think that's really important because he got his early mech.
An early mech for me was game changing. And
So when Red's
and you have to bank on that too, right? That being able to take 2 encounters. Like I was glad I had to pay for it. I would have taken a popularity hit for it. I would have done whatever I had to do for it. But I'm glad that I just have to pay money for it.
Apparently we have enough time to tear down, set up, and play again on 5-player.
I'll probably be out this one, to be honest. So if you want to just stick with 4, I need a refresh. It's like I just went like straight from work, straight to the gym, straight home, straight here, and like go hard. I just need a little
win the game, crushes, and now you're just like,
now I can go have a chocolate.
Whatever, dude.
All
right.
If everyone's up for resetting and dealing out the races, then we can do that.
So you're gonna jump in.
I do not want to play yellow. I played yellow twice.
Yeah, no, I think we'll make sure we all play a different color to what we were on.
I can reach.
So we're not going to be using the same.
Well, it doesn't matter. Well, we'll see where we're at because we're going to do.
We'll switch up. We'll switch up those.
So random. So I'll leave this here.
I'll help set up.
See you later, internet.
So is Chris jumping in?
I can, but it will slow it down because I've never played. Well, it's up to you guys. On time.
No, it can. If Dustin's not gonna play, then you can jump in and play.
Yeah, it's still going. People are watching you take your coat off.
Yeah.
We'll wait for a bit of like.
the farmers. Yeah, because it's like I've had ones where
It'll be a little bit awkward because we'll have to put a chair there, and then reaching will be a bit awkward. But I guess we can do it.
If you want to move the table that way, I can refresh the shot.
Red. I like red a lot too.
I think it's fine as is. It'll just mean that other people are going to have to move things for whatever. So.
What do you guys?
I did once. It seemed like the best choice because I wanted to be able to crank up there, but I think I spent too long trying to do this one. It was have 3 or less popularity, at least 13 power, and at least 2 max. So it meant I had to stay down there and try and crank up there. I should have just ignored that one.
For a star, which at most will be 5 points.
Yeah, I would have been better off just cranking up and then moving and fighting. So.
I think people worry too much about trying to. There is advantage about getting stars, like you said, but if you're way at the bottom.
I know. And to be honest, not to be a jerk, I was sort of like, yeah, you could go, and then I was like trying to like not overtly like say that you shouldn't end it, but I was really hoping you wouldn't.
Well, like I say, I could have ended. It would have lowered your score, but I probably would have finished last if I had done that.
I think it would have maybe been
there
the same
would have cost
result,
me.
but probably just been a little closer. All in all.
Because I think I got 20, I would have got 18. I got 21, I would have had 14, so that would have been 9 points less. Yeah, it would have cost me.
I would have been 9 points less, plus
Yeah.
a couple bucks less. So
yeah, that would have actually put me in last place.
I would have had probably low 60s instead of 75.
And then he was 45. What was your score?
You guys are doing a
46. Yeah, I would have finished at 45.
That'll be interesting. I got the 7-player expansion.
Yeah,
I'm not so sure like how those other races are. They look a little dodgy. Like
They're supposed to be really attacking.
They seem like it. You're putting traps out, flags
Yeah.
out.
What I think is interesting is that both of them don't have rivers between them and the middle.
Oh wow!
So they can just go
never
straight
noticed that.
Yeah, they
straight
rush
out.
for the factory.
But
So
they don't have river walk.
right, but they don't need it because they can get
That
into
is
the middle
an
anyway.
interesting twist. I never noticed
So yeah, that's
that. So
I
they're
didn't-
running and getting counters.
We're gonna get Luke in pick first.
Yeah, because look
Yeah.
at this. He's got a counter here and right here right away.
yeah, exactly.
He comes over here. You got metal, so he can get max out right away.
So I think that's kind of the balance of the abilities are a bit weird.
The game sort of lacks a little bit of. You're not blue again, right?
I'm red.
Okay.
That's good. I think you like red.
I played red once in the first game ever. I
You're
played
black?
red in the last 2 episodes.
Because the other thing about red, I like is that
White or yellow?
Well, do you want to just be white and I'll take yellow? Because you're always yellow.
Everybody.
Not so much that you always destroy everyone, but so you get a chance to play something else.
too
Yeah.
many workers at one time and utilize the trade. Make sure you utilize the trade. You should have that trade action where you
Yeah. We just swap places.
So you
Destroy
do
you
it
this
in
time.
such a way.
First, you didn't come walk over me.
You have one
Well,
worker here in the beginning.
You didn't come
One
out.
over there. You have
When you were like, oh, I'm gonna move there, and then you were like, oh no, wait, because I don't have the stuff I need to upgrade or whatever.
Also, I was worried about someone attacking me.
I was about to.
Because I wanted this token,
Right.
but I'm like worried if I go here, I'm an easy target.
got one that was like
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if you had moved out, I was about to jump on you.
I just like that you can always double dip on action. Yeah. I find that red, white, and yellow is best. Other ones isn't. But
Red, I like red.
I do like red.
Reds, you can do the same thing twice in a row. Yeah.
You're white, German?
Yeah,
I
it's
find
kind of
black
interesting.
stressful.
Black's not stressful, you
A
just
little
have to move
bit.
a lot.
Yeah. What do you got? One.
I guess depending on the type of game you like to build, and that's sort of what's interesting about the game is how it's sort of depending on the faction. You
Agricultural.
Ag?
Agricultural.
Say 1 or 2.
2.
2.
Agricultural. Industrial, so I get to build my mechs quite cheap.
Nice.
So who's blue? Chris? And
What's the mechanical advantage?
You're going to move. Because you're red.
so
It's all. It's not red there.
But blue, you have to switch.
well, someone maybe is probably going to be better off
Better to play
sitting there.
there. I'll move to here.
Yeah, white.
Yeah, wait there.
White there, blue there, red there. Max. Starting. Give him the cards. And that. So,
Broken.
what does white start on for military power?
3.
2.
2.
And blue starts on. Where is the blue faction thing? Where's the blue faction card going? Oh, you've got it. I need to see that number 4. And I guess we need the red tokens and stuff. Hello.
Look up. Can you reach underneath and just lift the table enough to get that little cord that's there underneath? What's that? Nope.
Alright. And I think good. Gotta shuffle them. I don't know if you want to shuffle them.
We'll shuffle that.
It's 10 at the moment. We were at 18, I think, with the feature today.
That's pretty good.
Does that be both?
That's more than we get for
Does it have to be adjacent, like buildings adjacent to?
We'd have to look that one
either
up.
or.
Either or?
Yeah, it's either or.
That should be easy.
And it's on them, not adjacent to.
On them, okay?
And you start. Everyone starts with 1, I think.
Are you able to do something here?
Well, yeah.
Respond to the chat,
Gotcha.
and I can keep an eye to make sure it's not turned itself off.
Gotcha.
But I won't be able to see what's here.
Boom.
I don't like this one at all.
That's kind of funny.
This board?
Yeah.
What's my Riverwalk? 2 farms.
Is mine? Yeah.
And we need, I need 4.
It's not even cheap with this. It's not even cheap with this.
You need.
Nobody got dealt comic.
Well, everyone gets
No.
one. No, I guess not. He doesn't
I don't
have
need
any.
any. 0 for me. He needs 4.
All across.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He only starts with 1 power with 4 combat
Jeremy, how many
cards.
combat cards?
3.
Nice.
All 2s.
That's why I started my last round.
Did you start with all 2s?
And it was all set up before I got here, so I was like, felt this.
I started with 0.
Was that?
I started with 0.
You have no combat cards to start? Nice.
They don't. It'd be way too powerful.
Yeah, it's because they can use them as resources. Like, it would be a little good if they start with some.
Under the table, it's okay.
Yeah, yellow's actually pretty powerful.
It's though, longer the game goes, you'll never be yellow, for sure.
Right.
Because they'll just start producing at the end, they'll be like, woo. And they'll be at the top of the popularity track. There'll be like a billion resources.
Yeah. I knew I had to get it. Early on in the game, I knew I had to go.
Yes, I am
I'm surprised how
playing in
quick
this
you
one,
moved the
Sean,
popularity track.
and I am blue.
I'm like, I looked over. I'm like, I can move the popularity track almost like at least one every turn.
I'm
I got
also
that late.
I'm also playing.
Wait for the
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
popularity.
and he was
everyone
the builder.
is backing. Oh,
Yeah.
so I have to chip, so I'm looking sure. I don't mind.
Every time I built,
Got it. Yeah. And you were building too.
and I built
Sorry, it's my adoring fans. Like all 12 of them.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I built the.
Is there 10 people watching right now?
Yeah.
So I got 4. I got 8 points.
Welcome 10 people.
So we have.
Yeah, and then I mean,
You can name them all.
the
if you
building
like.
and this, that was 10. 10 right there.
Please welcome Ankeg, Cup of Joe 20, Dice Hate, Sean in Omaha, the Sea Otter, True MT, Wolfman CSU, and you look like a nail. Welcome, 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 welcome.
Oh, Twitch shoutouts.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously,
Who's
not
going
live.
first? You are.
it's got about an 8-second delay built in.
So was our play with live?
Messages from the wife.
Fond.
So yeah,
So
you're.
I'm gonna
going
eat Chris, but you all
first.
know that'll
Those-
teach you.
Those are your
My secret objective.
secret objectives, and I need to start on 4 on the
Do you know what
popularity.
sounds really awesome on stream?
Eating chips.
Eating hickory sticks with a microphone.
Yellow.
4.
What?
What?
Yellow.
Oh, and 7 money too.
And white is.
What's the special condition for the game?
So it's on
is
food
going to be
places
fun
and
for
oil
everybody.
places.
Buildings on
Buildings
Food
on
or
food or oil
Buildings
places.
on food or.
oil.
Yeah.
So my special person.
I got the best secret objective. It's impossible.
All right.
Actually, it's not that.
Is everybody ready to start the game?
I don't know. What do I do?
So yeah, okay. We got to set up his playable.
Being that I've never played. So these cover here.
You just watched a whole game, Chris. You shouldn't have it all down like
Yeah,
that.
you should be a master. And I was even giving you pro tips throughout.
Oh yeah.
I was saying one of the pro tips for Dustin would be to, if he thinks that he's in the lead, to rush in with a combat with you and just put 0.
Right. Yeah. I was.
You gotta end the game.
It could have done that, but I guess. Yeah.
Start
Either way, well, better for him to get the star. So
Well,
pick on
me,
pick on the
He
weakest.
also grabbed another territory, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
true.
that's like 5 points for him.
Yeah, that was pretty good. For him.
what actually took. Oh,
That was actually another star was 5 points, and another territory was 4 points. So that combat at the end was 9 points for him.
You still won by 20.
okay.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
it.
I'm happy. I came second.
Combat card. Stars. How the game works.
Yeah, double-sided as well.
Who's won?
That'll be Chris.
Go, Chris, go.
All right,
Let's
good
go.
to go.
Game is on. Chris is starting off as the evil black people.
Evil
That sounds terrible. The evil.
You're the
Whatever
white
name.
supremacist.
I am.
the Saxons.
You're the Saxony
Evil
Empire.
military people.
The military people.
And the yellow people. Need to build some railroads.
I think you should check your privilege over there.
Blue. You're just cold or something.
Move.
We're just all a
It's
bit
a
sad.
cold.
Okay, I'll do that too.
Big surprise. White moving.
That's how we roll.
Yeah, so I will. How do I move? Where do I put this in?
So you put it on the thing that says move.
There's one so on the top. There's
One will say
Choose,
move.
trade, holster, use. Oh,
Move.
you put it in the middle.
yeah.
Yeah, somewhere on that section.
I
And you
can
can move 2 things, one space. Your regular wooden guys can cross the river, but your character,
Oh, yeah, I remember.
he
We're
can't.
missing a token for.
Oh yeah, it's right there next
This
to
one?
it. Yeah.
Oh, so I'll do that, I think.
Yeah.
It feels like a pro move.
Yeah. I will produce. I'm also producing.
No, we can't all get along. This is a game of war. You look like a nail.
One.
Just not going to work
Your
out.
turn, sir.
We can all get along once I've ground them under my blue shot, but
That's right. Your blue stars.
yeah.
I feel like Super Mario RPG going after the stars.
$24.
Yeah. Who set up this game? I need money too.
How
I
much?
need $6. I got my own.
6?
It's okay. I got
Yeah.
my own.
Do I
You
need
guys got
money?
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trade.
It's on your faction. Sorry, your bottom board on the right hand side.
I know.
There's a little
Oh,
yellow
I need
circle.
5.
$5 for Chris.
I think I should just get 5 of these big ones. Is this right?
Start with the game. You traded?
I traded.
I am going to produce. Cost me nothing. I'm going to produce wood.
And I can't move twice in a row.
Correct.
He can, because he's special, but you can't.
I had that look about him.
So for those people who watched the first game, or perhaps you didn't, just a special ability that we didn't go over in the first game is Luca's ability. He is the red or the Russian team, and he can repeat movements. So he can produce multiple times in a row, move multiple times in a row. It doesn't matter. So he can do whatever he wants in that regard.
So how do I produce? Where do I put?
So you would put your thing on produce, and then you pick 2 hexes.
And they produce based on the number of people where they are.
So,
whatever
good they are.
corresponding.
so they're both on oil.
So you would produce oil there.
So you can pick between producing 2 oil or 1 oil and 1 wood.
I can't produce the wood.
No, it's
I'm sorry, I couldn't
only.
produce the wood because he's got.
So what about bolster? Can I do that instead?
You can. That costs you a
Another good option
coin.
is trade, because if you're looking for a specific resource,
You can get whatever
spend
resource you
$1
want.
for any resource that you want.
Any 2
Pay
resources.
$1 and then you take 2 of any resource.
They can be different.
Okay, and resources.
Metal. There's some in the tray
Wood,
over there.
oil, steel, food.
And these are, that's what I need to pay to do stuff. So I will take some oil. If I can produce oil, I'll take some wood and some of whatever this iron is it?
Steel.
Some pig iron.
So basically, you then put them somewhere on where your workers are. So you could split them. You could put them on the same one. At this point, it's probably not super.
Because probably never happened in our game, but if you attack a space that has resources on it, you get the kill.
Yeah, I think we discussed it on the stream. You can pillage the resources if you
Yeah.
scatter all
So
of them.
Luca with a move.
I'm also moving.
I'm producing. I'm just going to leave 1 here, because I'm going to be using all 3 of it. And then I'm going to build.
Oh, you're producing and building. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Are you done?
I am done.
I'm gonna move. I will get that. My first encounter. We shuffle these.
I have. I think. Yeah, I shuffle. Someone shuffle.
All right. So I have gain 2 food and 1 popularity. Pay $2 to gain any 3 resources. To pay 2 popularity to gain 1 worker and 3 wood. That's a terrible one. I will pay $2 to gain any 3 resources.
That's the one I got on the last game. First one, and I was like, yeah, that last one is pretty
Actually,
bad.
I'm going to change my mind. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to gain 2 food and 1 popularity.
2 food. Anything else, sir?
Negative.
Chris.
So I'm gonna move here then.
Yeah. Any other movement?
Can I move him to here?
You can.
And so how do I do the encounter for
So-
next turn?
That happens right now.
Oh, that's it.
So it happens now. You draw the top card. You pick one of the 3 options.
Oh, definitely the worst one. So I can clear uprooted trees after a battle is over. Throw down your bags and rush into battle. Oh, I could gain that 3 popularity. Seems like awesome.
You look like a nail. You tried. Well, that's not the Jedi way.
Do or do not. I think
There is
I'll
no
just
try.
take the easy one that doesn't cost me anything and gain 2 wood and 1 popularity.
Okay.
2 wood and 1 popularity.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move again.
Does the wood have to go in the
Somewhere where you have a meeple.
Oh.
Most likely it'd be safer in the back one. Because if you're putting it way up there.
Well, I get to choose 2. Second one.
Second from bottom.
I think I teach this game.
You missed it, you don't get it.
Yeah, no takesy backsies.
No takesy backsies.
Take any 3 resources.
Seems good.
I just want to point out that the Jedi got
okay.
exterminated because they were stupid.
Alright, so I'm gonna pay 2
I would like
popularity
an L's response to.
to gain
So
1 upgrade and any 2 resources.
red down.
Are we
2.
talking? Are we talking pre-Star Wars, like pre-prequels
Any upgrade
Jedi? Because they
and-
weren't stupid. They only became stupid. They only became stupid when they were in the prequels.
When Jar Jar met them.
Gain a
Stupid Jar Jar Binks.
steel and a.
So how do I build next?
You need
With your
steel.
deploy.
Apparently, you guys all got the story.
What's that?
Alright, I'm gonna produce.
I wasn't playing the first game.
Let's discard someone.
2 food and a worker. Yes.
Well,
I pay $4. I get a mech.
you look like a nail. You want to go on to YouTube and look up what if Star Wars Episode 1 was good? What if Star Wars Episode 2 was good? If Star Wars Episode 3 is good? When you watch those, that is the new canon. You done? Yeah. All right. I am going to trade. I'm going to pay 1 to get 2 of any resource. I'm going to take wood. And I'm going to immediately do a build action. You can go ahead. I'm just figuring out what I want to build.
I am going to. I don't know. Produce. I can get a meeple from that one.
And that's an oil. So
More oil.
No, I'm in my brain. I'm just going backwards. trying to
Then
deal
my
with things.
bottom action has to be from the same block.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't have a
Dumb
anything.
enough. Okay.
So I am going to bolster, pay 1 to move up 3.
You're red.
Red. And then I will deploy a mech for 2 steel.
Deuce. Do it this order. I had it out and then I got.
Okay. I'm going to also bolster to draw 1 combat card. And then I can pay 3 food to enlist. And I'm going to.
Pass me 2 combat cards.
Take
Enlist.
2 more combat cards. Thank you. Your turn.
I'm going to produce, but I'm just going to quickly use it and build another mech.
What does this symbol mean?
Okay, just so you guys know, I put the turns in the wrong order. So before anything, I just went back and I produced instead, and I enlisted.
Higher your population.
Cheating, eh?
I know.
Danksy Baxes again.
Dixie Baxies again. Okay, and you're done? So now I'm gonna trade. That's what I meant to do. Trade for those. Get these 4 to build.
Oh, you deployed a mech. That gets me a coin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Oh, when I enlisted, I should have
And
had
I
3.
get I built for,
Oh.
just so you're all aware. I don't know if
Building.
anybody has a.
I've enlisted, but you're too far away for me to care.
I know.
She's lucky because you're stinky.
That's probably true.
That's what you sure. Yeah, I think so. Sorry, I'm definitely not good.
What's that?
I think we can establish that I'm not going to be good. But
You'll be
we'll
fine.
try.
Done.
I'm gonna produce, cost me 1 power, and gets me 2 more people, and 2 food.
Hey, you've fallen into the same planet.
So what is my bottom
Yeah,
board
turn.
supposed to be good at?
What's that?
So what's this engineering board supposed to be good at? What should I be trying to do?
Based on your board,
Yeah.
you basically want to build things because you're going to get 3 gold every time you build something.
Can you
So I need
popularity?
wood.
I get 3 oil and 1 food.
3 oil, 1 food. You're going to have to get them from here. I don't have any oil.
Well,
Okay. Oh, there's some here. Got it.
And you're done.
I am.
I'm going to move. One guy here. One guy there. And I will do my bottom action. Go ahead. I'm going to upgrade.
So if I wanted to bolster, can I do that? Or do I have to?
+1, and then you pick either going up 2 power or getting 1 combat card.
I'll go up 2 power,
Yep.
and then I can pay 3 wood because I have 3 wood
Yeah.
to do my bottom
Build.
action. And then do I pick one of these, or is it this one? Or?
You
So
get one
it's
of your buildings.
It's a building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These have benefits. We're not building all.
So some of them will make top actions better. The mill will produce for you whenever you do a produce action,
That was pretty
as
good.
if
Yeah,
it's a
produces in
person.
addition to.
So I'm gonna do that one.
And yeah, putting it on a food place is a good option.
So I get
Spend
rid of
those.
those and
Gonna
get
get
$3
$3
back.
Alright, I am going to bolster 1, so I go up 3 on the bolster track. And then I pay 2 steel.
Another Mac. Yay, coin for me.
I don't like these Macs.
Me. I'm gonna bolster as well. I will take 2 power. And I will spend
I mean, I played it, I guess
2
I played
food
it
and a
once,
combat
but
card.
I know I kind of have a better idea of going into it now. So.
2 enlist. And
side because I was using combat card.
Yeah.
Got an encounter which gave me
You
this.
have 3 mechs out already? That's ridiculous.
Cost me $2.
I will take.
I got 1 from
Yeah.
2 power,
Craziness.
and 3 money, and then I'm done.
Okay, I'm gonna bolster as well. So 2 power.
Go black.
And then I'm gonna upgrade. This.
I'm going to bolster. So pay 1 to get 2 on the power track, please.
So I can't cross the river with my character yet because I didn't.
You need to create a mech with your
Yeah. So that one to here, and we'll go this one to here because I need steel to be able to get max. Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna move.
I find my lack of mechs disturbing.
I'm gonna
Yeah, me
take
too. The fact that he's got 3 and he's got 2.
drop them off, move here for the second, so I've got +1 hex. And then I'm going to move here into the factory because move between any village you control and the factory.
Yep.
And
Take a factor card.
take a factory card. So I get to look at all these and pick one. Ooh, I've never done this before. 4 games, this is my first factory card.
Well, I'll pick a good one because the one I picked last time I used it once. It was kind of lame. Are you done after
That's it.
that? Yeah. I'm gonna move as well. 1, 2. Encounter. Get a good one. It's not a good one. Pay $3 to enlist a recruit. It's okay.
You're getting that early.
I will take 2 popularity, please.
Take 2 off.
Go up 2.
Up 2, so yellow.
Yeah.
Moving.
So can you cross the river?
I'm not. I'm going from mine to tunnel.
Oh, I should have made my mine. No good now.
No, that's it.
I'm going to produce. So I get 2 steel, and then my mill produces, and an oil.
So you pick 2 hexes.
2 hexes and the mill produces no
and the
matter
mill
what.
produces anyway.
Okay, so I'll go steel and steel, and then the mill will produce.
Okay, so you need 2 steel and a food.
And I can put them again.
I think they go on the spaces that produce
The
them.
mill, yeah, they go on the spaces that they get produced on.
Any other time you get resources from something else, you can put them on any space that has a
Correct.
dude. Is that the one I took last time?
Is it?
Pay a power to go up 2 on popularity?
Is that
Yeah.
what you took?
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
I think it is good. I just didn't make use of it. It's Luca. And it's back to your turn, I think.
Oh, and that triggered my
Oh,
King
yeah.
of the Hill. Control the factory at the end of your turn and have the highest power of any player. So I control the factory
yep.
and I have the highest power.
Yep. Star for Luca.
And it's back to me already.
It is, yeah.
Luca with the first star, and yeah, it doesn't matter what's inside the mech. From what I've learned watching dystopian future, dystopian future movies, the mech drivers are never smart.
I'm going to bolster one more time again. So a coin. You'll have 3 on the power track.
Yep.
And pay 2.
Another Mac.
Draw up another
So
Coin.
if I keep trading, I can go up popularity.
Or
And me.
There's been one to trade for popularity.
Cost me 1
And then
power.
I have no
one
other way of getting popularity at the
popularity.
moment.
Cost me a popularity.
No, this one.
Gets me
And that's from an
those,
upgrade, I'd get that.
Yeah, from enlisting.
those. And gets me a star on people.
Meeple already.
Peoples. And yes.
Okay.
And then
I think I'm starting to understand what I'm supposed to have been doing.
Good. Again, I think that my philosophy on this is after your first game, you should have a basic understanding of the rules and you should have a viable strategy to do next time.
Yeah.
If you've done that, you've achieved good in your
Done.
first game. Alright. I am going to... What do I want to do?
How the hell, man?
I'm going to trade... What's your water walk? Your river walk?
to Stone or which Forest or Mountain?
Forster Mountain? Beautiful. Can't river walk into there, right?
I cannot.
All right, and I'm done. Go ahead.
Rough.
So,
I don't think I can.
No, you can't.
Can you? If you're at 0, you can still.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness, I haven't been gaining
If it's a
any money
cost
for,
for something, then
you can't. If it's a cost, you can't. If it's
If it says you need to
combat,
lose some,
Guys, I haven't been getting any money for my mech deployments. I got all
How many mechs have you deployed?
3.
All right, well, take $6.
Sorry.
Take $6, Dustin.
Good, I'm not the only one. I don't feel bad.
everyone's just taking. I'll just take something. Everyone else is taking money. I don't know. what's
I got
going on.
$40 I missed out on.
so I'm gonna move again because I'm really mispositioned.
I've been remembering every time you guys deployed mechs, I get a coin.
And I still can't cross the river.
No, me neither. I'm still stuck over here as well.
Simply just like find a bottom action you want to do and then
Yeah.
work towards it in like a turn.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm just a little bit slow.
It's all good.
Okay.
Nobody's expecting you to come in and destroy us.
So I'm going to pay one.
You are
poster,
expecting it? Okay.
Go up 2 popularity. Jeremy, can you move that up? Sure.
Move you up?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I get to move 2, so I will move.
One person, 2.
Yeah. One person moves 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Well, plus 1, so I guess it's.
Move 3.
No, it isn't. It isn't.
Oh, no?
It's they move 2. Actually, no.
He has
no.
speed plus 1,
Yeah, I-
so it
no,
would be
is,
one
it
person
is, it
moves
is.
3.
I remember reading in the rules, but no, it does. It doesn't like that.
Popularity, pay 2 to gain 1 work and 3 food. Pay 3 popularity to deploy 1 mech.
You have the popularity.
You do have popularity to burn.
Well, I don't know if it's to burn, but you've got it.
Yeah, you don't care about the people. Stomp on them.
Food, what is food? Gain 2 food and then popularity.
I'm interested to try black. I've never played black.
It was interesting. It was just too slow. I definitely shouldn't have gone for the objective I had. If I'd gone just for like combat and started cranking that action.
Sorry,
as
so
well,
these ones come off from upgrading.
Pay 3 popularity.
These ones come off from enlisting.
okay.
Yes, enlisting
So
is...
I don't get the coin for that because he didn't do a deploy action, which sucks.
That's
It's gotta go. It's gotta go here.
2 stars
All the
for Luca.
max. My turn. I'm gonna pay 1 to bolster. I'm gonna take a combat card. Yeah, take a combat card. So I have 1. And then I'm gonna spend 1 and this 2 food to enlist, which gets me another combat card.
There you go.
And I get 3 money plus the 2 money there. 5 money. And a star on the enlist, please. Woot. Fight.
You're attacking me? All right.
Fight, fight, fight.
I don't know how invested people were get like
Ready? Yep. 9. Okay.
Spending 6 from black. You spent 4.
I spent 4, and I get a combat card.
Do.
And he has nothing. Get him now.
Which one was the combat?
Get him.
So.
The attacking one.
Yeah,
There's
that
2
one.
of them.
That one.
There's 2.
Get him. He has nothing.
His
No.
cards.
You have nothing. Get him.
I would if I was able to move anywhere.
Get him. Well, now I can't.
The only person who like can possibly get over there is
Me,
Luca.
but nothing I can do there. I'm going to upgrade. Get him.
I have no max.
You can only take 1 factory card, right?
Yes.
Let's keep going back, take them all. Yeah. That'll be sweet.
I'm going to do this again. I'm going to pay 1 bolster.
Oh, that's broken.
Go up 2 popularity.
Yeah, for him to be able to just be like, yeah.
And I'm going to move 3 with this guy. So
Get
from
him.
village to factory 1, from factory to village 2, Riverwalk 3.
It's broken.
Wow.
You could have got him and then moved here after. I'm angry now. I'm angry at Black. 'Cause it feels like victimization. I'm in like last place and you came after me. I don't know why.
Nice and easy card.
Because you're undefeated. It's game.
No, I guess.
I'm pretty sure you still won't finish last.
What's that? No. I'm well on my way right now. He fucked me.
Did he?
Yeah, pardon my language. Nobody.
It's okay.
6 people. Apologies.
That is.
It's okay. And then the thousands who will watch the YouTube video.
What's that?
The thousands of people who watch the YouTube
The
video.
millions and millions of people watching YouTube.
Around the world.
It was Luca.
I will pay 2 popularity to gain 1 upgrade and 2 food.
So I only got. I'm
right
only
back
gonna get
in.
1. Yeah. And the first one I got was terrible. So it wasn't. I couldn't even build a mech
Are you done after that?
after. That's how bad it was.
I'm gonna trade, pay 1, take 2 oil,
No mech. I know. I'm screwed.
and I'm
There's
done.
There's
Your
no
turn.
coming back.
You never know.
No. 4 mechs.
I've heard you say this before.
There's no coming back.
So
I think you won't, but
let me. You pick 2 hexes when you produce
Yes.
Yes.
and
Plus
the
you
mill. So that would still produce 2 because it's
Correct.
so bad back there today.
Is it me?
It's not. Chris just went. You done? Jeremy.
I'm gonna bolster. Move me up 2 there.
Up 2 for white.
Spend 2 to build a mech.
And Mac. Look at you and your max.
So it's only the 4 resources. I don't need anything.
There's only 4 resources.
Making sure I'm not.
4 resources and people
Yeah.
is the 5th type of hex.
Trade this 3 in for.
What you gonna do?
Going with speed because it's the only thing that will be effective for me.
No. Well, I guess that's the way I need to get out of here. Ugh.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Horrible.
move. Right. No, I'll just.
I'm screwed. I'm boned. Yeah. Oh, I know what's going on. I can do the next 4 turns.
This is hard. I'm gonna
I was
move.
actually surprised the last
I
couple
can take the
times I
resources with me.
Yeah.
Yep.
would go one way and they didn't.
I can't go vertex a river.
Yeah. Basically limited to those 3 spots and with your character for now.
Can I move the same one twice?
No.
Sorry, I need wood as well. So.
Done?
Yeah. That was moved. So I still can't do that. Okay. I think I'm going to get a star at some point in the game.
Don't worry, I still don't have any
Do this
either.
again, pay 1, bolster, go up 2 popularity.
2 popularity, move a guy.
I'm going to...
Is black on 0?
Yeah.
If I just abandon resources, they're not.
Can't use them.
You can bring them with you.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah, we're back. Yeah.
Probably better than a band.
Actually, not really.
No,
Then it depends on where he's going with the max.
2, 3, mind to mind, right? That
Yep.
works?
Yeah. Fight. Fight, 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 fight. I wonder how many power is going to dial in.
So you've got only cards? How many cards do you have? 3 total?
Yeah. I can only play 1.
Yeah. 6.
So you spent 1?
Spent 3.
3? 2, 3.
Get him! Justice!
That's 1. And stuff. And that was you done. I'm going to move 2 guys here. And then I'm going to spend 1 of those on the card to upgrade. And
It would be risky.
What?
It would be risky.
gonna do that, and that gets
I was gonna go for it,
power. And a doll.
Forget how fast Red can move around.
And I'm done.
Red is so much better.
I feel like I'm doing it.
Well, I mean that said, I probably just don't know how to play blue super well.
Pick on my card for 2. Yeah. And you're done?
I'm done.
Ginger Ninja.
I'm going to move.
Well,
Now, I don't want to fight you. I just want you out of there. I don't want you to burn up all of your things, and I'm coming with 2 cards. It's risky, but I do have good cards. I'm just saying.
Oh, the table talk is strong.
No, you're allowed to. You could do it as much as you want. He's
just saying.
I'm saying that you could take a free warp.
Concede to him.
No, you could take a free warp back to your home base.
Or I could fight for the warp.
Or you could fight for it. Do you want to let me know?
Could get another star.
What you're going to do? I'm not a danger to you with my 1 star right now. If I win this, I get 1 star.
Yeah, but you also then, it opens up those encounters.
The 1 encounter? Yeah, I've had 1 all game, and it did not give me anything, so.
Alright.
Just say, okay, negotiation is over. Yeah. Are you just not gonna tell me at all? Okay.
No information for you.
Finish him.
Yeah. Look at you with your measly 2.
I know.
Look at it.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. 9.
0.
Yay, perfect.
So, how much did you dial in?
All of it.
Okay. But you don't get a card because you didn't put anything in.
That's correct.
Yeah.
In retrospect, I probably should have committed the card if I knew I was going to lose.
If it was a crap one.
I didn't know if you were going to lose. You technically could have won. If your card was 3, I guess you needed a 4 to win.
No, 3. A tie wins for the defender, right? Defenders win ties, so.
Attackers win ties.
Attackers win ties?
Correct.
Right.
So I'm going to produce. I'm going to pick this one and this one. So I want a wood and 2 food.
Yep. Anything else?
None of my stuff lines up properly. I'm shit with that.
That's how I felt in my first game. Like, I'm gonna blunder around and do some stuff, and then the game's over, and I come in last place.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
And then I see.
Then what I'm gonna do is blame the fact that I was blue.
Yeah.
Because that's what everyone else has done.
I came in last with white.
That's good shit.
And last game, white won.
Are you good?
Something else I can do.
Alright, so I'm gonna.
Keep cranking that.
Greg, is there expansion in stock?
We do have
expansion is in stock.
Just no copies of the base game.
Yeah, no copies of the base game.
If you
look on mine,
send
$500
a message on Facebook, or if you
offer Greg $500.
Email orders at SentryBox, we can get you a copy of.
Go here. I'm gonna pay 1 to trade for 2 iron, and then I'm gonna spend a combat card and that 2 iron in order to deploy a mech.
Yay!
Yeah. I guess I'll do Riverwalk. Which gets me a coin for my thing. And that's me.
Bolster. And then I'm going to spend my tomorrow. Upgrade.
What did you do? You upgraded?
Yep.
That gets me a power. Oh, I should have got a power when I upgraded. Did I get it? I think I did get it.
Done.
Whoa. Sometimes I like really fast, and then sometimes not.
You're done?
Yeah.
Alright. So I'm going to bolster. So pay 1. Can you move me up 2, please?
Yep. Blue up 2.
Then I'm going to build.
You don't actually have a guy on there.
Oh, can I not do that?
Yeah, you can't use it if you don't have a guy.
You could have taken the resources with you when you moved.
Oh, I got.
Yeah, just do
Sure.
that.
I got
Yeah,
those.
yeah, that's fine.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's alright.
So I get 3 gold.
And you get to put a building somewhere.
So
And
the
it has to-
heart for the monument, what was the monument do again?
The monument counts as a controlled space,
Yeah.
and every time now that you bolster, you gain money.
Popularity.
Or gain popularity, yeah.
And I can put it in
On
a
anywhere
controlled space.
Yeah, but if you
Anywhere
build
with
your
a
mind, you'll be able to
meatball.
move. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just make
I don't want to move yet because I don't have any mechs.
Your character can.
character can move.
I like being popular. It's my favourite.
It's up to you. Popularity's good.
Can't be in the same space as another building, so you couldn't put it where the mill is.
So I have to go up there then.
Or the other where you'll do this.
And can you destroy them if you...
No.
So that's just there forever now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there forever.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's better if you build them on food or oil producing places for the endgame points, but you don't have any choices there.
Okay. Live and learn.
I'm just saying you could come after me, which I think is what is in your mind
does
right
this
now.
change per game?
Right now, I'm not nearly the threat as other
Should
people.
look at that crap.
Okay, I'm just letting you know.
I wasn't.
Okay, it turns the game really boring for me if I get
I'm
sent back
done
in.
then, sorry.
I'm gonna crank this again, so go down 1, 2 popularity for red.
And a move.
He doesn't have to move, but he can.
The option.
It's my job to negotiate. That's what is it? New Angeles. It's my game.
I got my...
Green eggs and ham. Unfortunately, there is not any copies of Scythe in stock. Right now you can put yourself on a waiting list, or you can buy it online.
$1 trillion.
Yeah, or you can pay $1 trillion to buy them online. Greg might sell his copy for what, $500?
Nope.
No, still not going to sell his copy for $500.
I sold mine at.
Just don't use, but it was it the collector edition? He got $450 for his.
480.
Yeah,
What's that?
480.
$480. Sorry.
I could have. My goal wasn't to.
Yeah. I know. You're a nice guy. Your goal isn't to.
We should be getting some copies of the base game in the next couple of weeks,
I'm doing this.
but probably not enough to fill all the back orders. I am gonna move. Check. Now I can Riverwalk.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna pay 2 popularity to enlist 1 recruit,
Okay.
and then I'll just use that recruit to gain 2 popularity.
So move 1, 2, and then I'll pay a combat card and an oil to upgrade. I think I want to upgrade. Go with this to here, and I get a coin and a power. Your turn.
I'm gonna do my special building. It's crappy card. Where you try?
Nice.
And then I'm
What ability is that one?
a
Oh, sorry. I didn't even see you had factory yet.
Yeah.
Yay, I get to do things. Thank you. You're nice. I'm going to move. Desperately needed one. Gain $2 1 popularity. Pay $2 to gain a worker and any 2 resources. Pay 2 popularity to build 1 structure.
$3.
I'll get 1 popularity,
You just
1
upgraded?
worker.
Oh, last turn you upgraded. Okay. Oh yeah, I did take my power.
And any 2 resources.
Yeah.
Alright, you done?
I'm going to gain these to upgrade immediately.
So you're upgrading? Oh, but you're not net to
I'm not adjacent to you.
I've got a question if I've been doing it wrong or not. Every time I move, was I supposed to be gaining gold?
No, it's one or the other. You
Okay.
pick between moving or 2.
Okay.
Yeah, Most people move. Occasionally you might decide you just want some money.
So I need to run this guy away. And apparently need oil.
Take the resources with you if you move them.
Then I'm gonna enlist.
There you go. Good job.
This gets me one of these as well.
I've just been able to get out.
Does this every time?
Every time anybody builds,
Anybody?
anybody adjacent to you builds,
Okay.
you're going to gain that, and you get to put it on top of one of these things, and you get that immediately.
So you get 2 popularity, 2 gold, 2 power, bolster power, or 2 combat cards.
I'll take some popularity because I'm feeling really unpopular.
I am going to crank this for probably the 4th or 5th time in a row.
2.
And 2. And I'm going to go 1, 2, Riverwalk for 3.
Do you have Riverwalk to Villages?
Yes.
Alright, so
Yes, so I will lose 1 popularity for sending this guy home, but I will also gain this encounter.
and steal a steal.
And take the steal.
How many encounters do you have?
1,
5.
2,
Many.
3, 4.
I've had 1. You got that one as well.
5.
Gain 2 food and 1 popularity. Pay 2 to gain any 3 resources. Pay 2 popularity to gain 1 worker and 3 metal. I'm going to pay 2 to gain any 3 resources.
And then you're
Resources I will take.
and then you're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm gonna go pay 1 to bolster for 2 combat cards.
How many?
2. And that's all I'm doing. Yeah.
I am going to produce. So I'm just going to create the 2 ore, which I need to
Make the map.
make the neck. And then I gain $2 please.
So you built a Mac?
Yep.
So I get money.
I gain 3 on the track,
power.
please and thank you. And that's building, which cost me 1. I get $3 from that. Second mech out, and I am done. Oh, I achieved my secret objective. I have at least 6 tokens in the same spot.
Yep. Star. Chris.
I'm going to trade to gain.
I get 1 for this upgrade. I didn't get that last time.
No problem.
We're all so
So
bad
bad
at
for
it.
that, yeah. I did like
You're producing?
Yep.
Welcome back, Darkened Creeper.
So I'm gonna trade.
Whoa. You sure you don't want to crank that one more time? Just keep going every
I'll
time.
keep going in a bit, but for now I'm gonna trade. And I'm gonna
Yeah, someone's duel is
take.
So when that mill produces, do I have to put it on my mill?
2
Yes.
1 power when I upgrade.
Gain a power.
You can then
Oh, yeah,
walk
I'm
in
going
and
to
take
upgrade
off.
as well. So
Okay.
Correct.
I'm upgrading. So
Okay. Upgrade. Gain
no.
power.
You play cards in
and
that marker slides all the way to one. There's signs to be added, like if you get 7 signs, symbols, if you get 6 other stuff. And you set out your cards on the side of the card.
done.
Okay. I'm going to trade for 1. I'm going to take 1 of each of these. And I'm going to spend 1 metal and 1 card to do a mech. Let's go with this one. Put it here, which gets me a coin back. And your turn.
Move.
Yeah, she moves that way.
And that will give me.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, why are you doing that? But that would make sense. Secret objective. 3 stars for black. I'm going to move. It'll be a long move. Go ahead. I guess you can. No. Actually, screw it. Coming after you. Okay. Giving you a free warp.
Taking that steel. What are you at? 3.
See?
Single mech.
Yeah, single mech. Do you want the warp? Ready when you are. Yeah. 3.
Spending
1.
1 for a white. And how much did you spend over there? 4?
4. Spend everything.
Oh no.
Another star for red.
Okay.
Interesting.
I put 3 just in case you were going to put 0, but then I was okay with the warp.
I was not okay with him getting a star.
Meh.
I'll produce these 2. So some wood and oil.
Just produces food.
Does it have to?
It always does. It's just.
There you go.
It's not bad though. You control it still. Like you can use the food.
I don't know if you have to
What?
with
I thought the mill does no matter what.
I think you can.
Yeah.
No, everything. Well, you can choose before you want to produce.
No, mill
No,
always
with the
produces.
mill, I think you can choose not to do it.
Yeah.
I guess you can't bring workers into combat. I have to drop it off. You're right. Nope, that's good. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure.
I would say.
If he doesn't control, the mill does not produce for sure.
Yes,
You
that
don't,
I
you don't
that
get
I
the
know.
benefit of the building if you don't control.
Yeah, that I know for sure. But he doesn't control.
Yeah.
No, I
barrel.
carried a worker in and I.
You
can't-
do
can't
get
do
the
that.
benefit of the building when you don't control it.
I think actually.
Like
On
if
the
I have
board-
my
the
No, yeah, you
on,
can.
Yeah, no, you still would.
Go look it in because the mech carried the
He
worker.
could
you
choose
brought
to
it in with
produce,
the
but I
worker.
think he
Yeah.
obviously would not.
that doesn't mean he displaced it though, popularity-wise.
He didn't. Yeah, I attacked him.
Right.
So you're producing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
I thought you attacked
2 to upgrade.
with your
Upgrade?
Sorry, I'm not producing. I'm trading. That was a trade.
Okay, and then you're upgrading.
Confusing me. Yes, I can.
Okay,
That's why I asked.
powerful.
I didn't say. I didn't outright say. I was like,
I know.
And then done?
how did you learn?
And I get a
Necro Acid said the mill is a May.
Okay. I'm gonna move.
Watch this.
Two.
I get on TV.
Get this one.
Every time I put my hand in there, I get on TV.
Why are you taking your guys with you?
Why not?
You think it's gonna save you?
I'm gonna at least cost you something.
Right.
And then I'm gonna spend this and this to upgrade.
Another
Second
question.
one.
Sure.
So if I go,
This
when I boost in
here.
there,
Gets me a
do I
coin
get the
and
popularity
power.
Yes.
and the popularity?
And
Only if
my
you do the bottom
turn.
action.
So, alright,
Control
so
at
if
least
I do
3
that one, I'll get
farm
one, and then if I do
territories.
that, I get it. as
Yes.
well.
So objective. Objective met. Control 3 farms. Yeah.
I am gonna bolster, so I'll spend $1. And then. No, I did it in the wrong order. No.
Go back. Where's your dollar back?
Okay, I'll keep the $1.
Where did you? Well, you were on 3, right?
I'm gonna trade.
Trading.
Get my 2 oil barrels.
Trading for 2 oil. Anything else?
That's it.
Alright. Jeremy.
Alright. I'm going to bolster. If you want to move me up 3, please.
For white.
Build a mech.
I would have had enough for a Mac
Might
if
have
someone
been
didn't
better
steal my field.
Instead of that.
Sad times.
Sad times. Oh, and I get $3 too.
She's in the other bathroom.
I'm going
But I
to.
paid 1 to bolster.
Greg, I'm going to bolster if you can move me up 2.
I paid 1.
And the popularity. Then I'm going to build
Ooh.
the armory. So if I build that every time I do a trade, I go up 1.
Correct.
Compared to this one, it'll actually let me move.
Yes.
Okay. I can put it here because I control this one.
Correct.
And this is good because it's on that thing.
Yes.
And I get a popularity.
Yes.
And I get my secret objective because I have 3 structures and at least 7 popularity and no max.
Yes.
See, it was a long con.
Wow, that's
a long
tough.
con. No, just being terrible and never trying to build max.
So, you got a star.
Yeah.
One on the board.
There it is.
the game,
the
man.
first star is
Yeah.
on the board.
Oh, it was
I
hard.
am gonna produce.
It's so fun watching you in like slow time here.
3 oil. That's it. And then I'm gonna enlist 2 food.
Enlisting. Gets me a combat card. Sweet, sweet. Combat card, please.
Can't have it. No.
And I go up to, I bolster to 5.
Okay. I guess me. I'm gonna bolster for 1. Gets me a star on the power. And that's it. Yeah.
I'm gonna bolster.
Sure.
Pay my $1. Did you do that? Then I'm gonna pay my 2 oil.
There you go.
Oh, sorry. I would have had a net gain
Yeah,
of
it's
2. Because it cost me 1, but I gained 3 for a build.
And then I get my 3 coins.
Right, and I need to start doing stuff.
Whose plan is it right now?
What's that? Mine. I'm going to move. Luca,
Okay.
we're fighting
Take it
again.
out, man.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You want that one steel?
What's that?
So you want that one steel?
I just want to win a combat.
Don't let him. All of the cards, do it. Let's make blue not come last.
What do you got on there? 3, so the most you can have is 8, so... All right, ready? 5.
0.
Yeah.
Done?
Yes.
I'm going to pay 1 to trade for some steel, which I'm not going to take, because I'm immediately going to spend it all to then build myself a mech. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is it the Riverwalk mech?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
You can move.
From deploying a mech.
You can move to steel or wood, right?
Well,
Allows you to move to steel or wood. Mountains or
Oh.
forests.
Space to a wood or to a steel strike.
yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna
With the mine, you can go wherever you want.
pay 1 to trade, and I'll take oil and food. And I'll spend 2 oil to upgrade.
Yay, power.
So I still can't move to
Bolster
here.
truck.
What's that?
There you go,
So I
up
still
1.
can't move to this one.
No, you can't attack me.
There we go. Done.
Okay. I'm gonna go pay 1 to trade for a steel and an oil, 2 steel.
Don't be scared of me, if that's what you're looking over.
The 2 steel, which I'll then use to deploy a mech. And
Deploy a mech?
Get my coin back.
Done?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay $1.
Trad?
Nope. 2 popularity, please.
There you go.
So what did you do in that turn? Sorry?
Last turn, I traded to get
Get a bolster. Get 3 up on there.
Right,
Yes, you would get.
yeah.
To get a mech.
All your mechs. All in one spot.
I get $3.
You didn't move me up 1 power last turn for my upgrade.
Did
you?
I thought I did.
Yeah, I did, because you were at 3 before. Yeah.
So I'm going to move this guy. He's going to carry the meeple with him. Is that right? That's not cheating.
Nope. Can carry.
This,
Your leader can't carry meeples, but your mech can.
yeah. This guy is going to move to here. And then I don't have any food, so I can't do my second action.
I am gonna pay 1 to trade again. I'm gonna go up 2 popularity and 2.
Crazy.
And I go up 1 on the bolster truck because I'm also gonna upgrade.
Upgrade. Yay,
My
pal.
last upgrade.
Lucas at 5 stars. Yeah.
Yay.
Done.
So what did we learn?
Twice he out
I need to
to the
concur.
things.
Your
I just want to
counters?
keep the speed.
Yeah. Because this too, this
Yeah.
helped. Like this was my opening play, like getting out here, and
Yeah. Because I was going after the one beside you, and
Yeah.
I took you out, and he comes in and takes me. Because it's like
Don't worry, he didn't get it. I took it from him.
crazy move.
Did I?
Okay.
Yeah, I took it from him.
Before combat, I can steal one of your combat cards at random. Alright, what are you at? 6?
Nothing new. Come on, chat. We want to hear from you.
Lots.
1.
So we go down 1. Ditch those.
I'm gonna do a run downstairs in 2 seconds.
Get a star on combat, and he gets 1 combat card. Your turn, sir.
Well, $2. So exciting.
Anything else? That's it.
I bolster last turn. So I'm gonna move this turn. Two, 3. I'm not doing my bottom action, and I'm going to go downstairs and grab a drink.
Okay, we'll make sure we attack you while you're gone.
He's gonna attack you.
Are you actually attack?
I can't. Okay. I can't get him.
Anybody anything?
How much meat is that you pushed up really high in the box?
I didn't even do anything for it. It was this got me up a bunch, just from other people upgrading. And yeah, I wasn't spending it. I start at 5, so I kind of went up. I think I gained 7 just from mostly from people upgrading. Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough for that because you start low on the power track. You get the 4 combat cards, but you start low on the power.
Yeah. And the problem is I want to use my well, that's why this is the biggest thing. It's not true. There's another one that's going to push me up money. Power track for spending resources.
Right.
Way nice. I'm not a farmer.
And I can't do my build.
So I'm gonna do this. Pay 1. Pull up 2 popularities. 1, 2, 3.
I need to. I need to get up higher on that. Might still be worth it.
Come back and everything has changed.
5, 4 spaces.
Is it my turn?
No.
No, no one here.
Whose turn is it?
Me. Deciding whether to end the game or not.
Put me out of my misery or not.
45. Resources. 48. 5. If I end it, I'll get 18.
well, that's the thing is the rest of the people.
9, 18, 36. 40. No.
504 is a game.
Would not win if I ended the game.
Because of generics.
Farmer does better longer it goes.
Ah. Okay.
You need to get some popularity.
I do. I really do.
By fighting, you gain victory points by connecting to roads, and you happen to explore. Or in another game, you might get victory points by manipulating the stock market. You make money by exploring, and you just happen to also use carts to shove resources around.
Go up popularity.
It's
That is like the worst friggin' thing.
written like a lawyer document because it's like module 3 is in the ace position.
Oh man.
This is did you answer the webcam question already?
Oh, sorry, I did not. These ones are just webcam setups, yeah. So this one for the game is a C930, a Logitech C930, and then a C920 is the one that's watching Greg agonise over these decisions.
I can't win right now.
Welcome to my game from the entirety of it.
What does he need to get? Popularity track, or
Which he's going to get.
buildings, or upgrades. You have one upgrade left to do? Or you've done your upgrades?
Upgrades are
You've
done.
done upgrades.
So combat.
He has 2 enlistments. He's done his combat.
Done his combat. He's got 2 enlistments.
He has 4 buildings to make, so he's a while away yet.
It's not, because he's got the thing to keep boosting his
popularity
popularity.
I guess, yeah. So he's
I haven't done my enlistment.
2
Yeah, it's either 2 enlistments or popularity.
or 3 rounds of popularity track. So we're 3 turns away.
And I don't think I'll be able to get out in 3 turns.
I don't think I can do anything. No one's friggin' built any buildings near me. I haven't built anything, he's not built anything, he's not built anything. Those are the ones that give me the popularity track.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know.
It's fun.
There's actually people talking.
What do they say?
Pay 1
Same.
for 2 oil.
No, it isn't. It's 1 point.
And I paid 1 to do it.
Well, Necro.
Gain a point for a point.
Necro.
Greg, is there any copies of Scythe and stuff?
Yeah, we've already been there.
Okay, those were hours ago.
Necro. You beat Necro, Chris. You have Ustar in play.
2 on the popularity track.
2 on popularity.
Oh, Greg's
If
always
only
in. Greg's
I
the least
could-
popular.
And I'll move.
Only I could do that.
I think I'm going to move.
Nice. I'm going to produce and immediately enlist. So I'm going to do it to immediately enlist.
Oh, that's right. I'm not doing it. My brain's fried from all weekend.
I'm
I
gonna
can't like.
I'm gonna
Playing,
produce.
however many games.
Yeah, I probably played at least
So I'll
at least
get
20 more games,
Yeah.
well,
and all like super heavies,
wood.
including like a 5-hour match on that with me and Ben. You played the long one.
Oh yeah. Jeez.
If I put this here, you're just gonna come and
And
take it.
against people that
Is that? Who's going to take it?
If I do that, you could just walk in and take it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was not.
they didn't have their prototype.
Then I can upgrade.
yeah, I saw that.
But I don't think there's
Printed off.
anything worth.
Have you guys got to play Ponzi scheme?
Yeah.
Sorry,
a bunch
Necro, I'm not
when it
familiar
first
with
came
Ponzi
out,
scheme. What's
but
that? Is it a game or is it something within Scythe?
Kind of like, I don't know, haven't played it for a long time and less inclined to do so now.
Right now,
I'm
Luca.
done. Sorry.
Right now, Luca, who is red, is putting a Ponzi scheme on all of us.
Complaining for hours how terrible it was because he has to play away.
Enlist gets me a combat card.
You two need to like vote for doing.
So Necro Acid is asking if somebody can play Ponzi scheme on the stream.
I don't know. Do we have a copy of Ponzi Scheme?
No.
No, so we can't.
Someone was playing it last week or the week before. I'm gonna move.
We'll add it to the list, Necro, and if we have an opportunity to get it, we'll definitely do it.
I can't take people with my character, can I?
No.
2, 3, and I will upgrade this one here, which gets me a power and a coin. Yeah.
$100. Can you move on the power track? Not a power track, sorry. The popularity track? Yeah. Oh, yeah!
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I'm kind of close now, but it depends what you like.
It's a really long game.
That's one of the ones I had in my first ever game, and I was like, at first when I saw it, having never played the game before, I was like, oh yeah, sure. And then it quickly became clear that that was not doable.
I think me going for the one I went for was a giant truck.
Yes, I think so. That was like
I'm gonna move.
really hard. Any other movement?
Yeah.
Promise I'll let you win.
Are you forcing to get into the game before I get a chance to get up on the track? That's not very nice.
Or you could let me win the combat.
I don't want to let you win the combat. Wait, you've already got your combat.
I have both my combat
That
stars.
would lose me 3 territories.
I have both my combat stars.
Give me that combat card. I get to steal one of your combat cards at random at the start of the combat.
Okay, well I guess I lose.
Thanks.
I really wish I knew all the abilities that came out
Do you want
there.
to take back your move?
Now kinda.
Before combat, I get to steal one of the opponent's combat cards at random.
Yeah, okay, now I know that. He was there.
That guy was the...
Yes. One.
Yeah.
2, 3. That's still 2.
Mr. McDouchison over there decides he wants to try and take me on. I can...
There, 3.
steal his combat card.
Okay. I wasn't trying to end the game. I was trying to get at the factory.
Well, yeah, but I can't let you do that. Well, I guess
could have.
I could have. I would have had to take it back again, like right away.
I know.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm gonna produce in the game. So I produce.
Oh, you
2
can
there.
do it in the same time. See, that was what I was forgetting. I was like,
You look like a nail. You were right. However, it wasn't going to get me all that much. It was more just for the spreading out of things.
yeah.
Traded with me the
I'm going to do a taxi backseat.
It makes no difference. Makes no difference. Because he's ending the game. So it doesn't matter what resources.
Not winning.
So I should have just ended it, and then it would have been close, rather than.
It wouldn't. Not at the bottom.
Well, no,
We'll see.
but like
I'm going for second place.
he would have still won, but I would have been closer.
I'm hoping for second place.
But I got.
All right.
I got.
Are we ready to do counts here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting with stars. Red, you have 6, you get $30. Get your own money, slacker. White, I have 4 stars. At 4, I get $16.
I got 15. Do you want to give me 3?
12.
I'll give you 15. I got it for him.
Okay. You got yours?
I got
Yeah.
15.
Okay. We're good. Territories, count them up.
3. Three
6
is
times 3 is
9.
18. How many do you have? $15 worth? Give me a 5.
You need a 5?
No, we're good. And now resources. None.
Mine, nothing.
You have lots.
16. I should have done the move.
No, you have resources here. So grab all your resources.
And resources 6. You get that one, don't you?
1 doesn't matter. How many do you have?
3, 4, 6,
70,
8.
8. So you get
73.
$8. 5-player game. There we go. I got you. 5-player game is different than a 4-player game.
No, but it's like no one was moving out.
Wait.
63.
Wait.
I don't know.
I have
I
I have
got
47.
my secret objectives were both terrible.
two.
So that was my other secret objective. Which I don't think I could have got
15.
if I was expanded.
15.
That's not really. It's not good, but it's not hard either.
What the hell?
No, I could have got
Anywhere
it,
near that.
but
I got 15 for territories. No.
So yellow, you have
I had 22 from territory. 20,
1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
22. I'm on the bottom one.
Oh yeah, 22.
Right. And
You had 5 stars.
took
That's 37. How many resources did you have?
15. I had 0.
So you're at 37. What did you have before?
I think I was. Yeah. No, I think I'm right. I think I'm right.
yeah.
30, 40, 53.
Oh, and buildings on.
Oh yeah, we haven't done that one yet. Buildings on or oil or things.
So Chris is the
I've
only one
none.
that built any buildings.
I built one, but it wasn't on
And
the
you
right
built
thing.
2,
I got 2.
4 points.
So you get 4 points.
Yeah. I'll give you a
And
1
what did you
back
end
for
on?
5.
63.
53. If
And
I
I had-
ended it the turn before, you would have had 55, and I would have been at like 51 or 52.
And I got 47.
But I forgot that you can do the same thing
I'm at
twice. 'Cause
32.
you did it once and then listed,
come
and I was
last?
like, okay, well at least you can't enlist next
Stupid
turn.
blue.
So I've got a turn to do it. And like,
What's with factories? And I think this factory right
dumb.
here.
I didn't like this
any
bottom.
resource.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
No, because it
Yeah.
would have helped me with this.
right.
Do a movement on the bolster track.
I suppose I had
I've been
the
slower
first
than- and I
like
went
3
like
rounds. I had no
hard.
idea what I was
I could
doing.
attack.
Yeah, you did fine. Do you have a strategy next time you play the game? Of things that you could do?
Actually, looking at these before I start doing stuff randomly.
Yeah. And
Looking at that. Because
Upgrade and power.
in hindsight,
Like they're all good.
I would have sent my
I would rather
meeple
spend
out
cards
quicker.
on upgrades.
Yeah.
So then I would have never had to go here. I could have just been counting like this.
so what happens? Do you close
I
out the
needed to
broadcast
stop
now?
building. And I just never
Yeah,
got.
Greg
Well,
normally
I'm
does
popular in
his
this.
thing.
Greg, it's time for you to stare into the camera deeply and say,
I won't even bother switching it over to just your face. You can do it with the board in the background.
Say goodbye to the 5 people who are watching live.
Okay, so yeah, that's Scythe.
2 times.
2 games of Scythe, which I did not expect. But
Definitely make sure you watch
first-
the first game because it's better with the commentary.
Yeah, first game 4-player went super fast, had commentary, gives you much more explanation about what's going on. But at least then you also got a chance to see Chris in his first game of Scythe, which is always embarrassing.
I think it's a terrible game. I don't know how you can possibly enjoy it. The worst thing I've ever played.
Luca finally
But
won
yeah.
a game.
Luca won. What did you finish on?
3rd.
Okay, so I got 2nd twice in a row. I'll take that. I'll take it. But yeah.
I got inverse first, which is the one everybody wants.
So yes, thanks for watching. We're gonna wrap up the show now. Next week is X-Wing.
X-Wing.
X-Wing
It was a
8,
tournament we're
yeah.
trying to get Greg to play in with Wave 10 stuff.
Yes.
You look like a nail. Feel free to have a look at that first game. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them out. And any questions that would be answered, we can answer in regard to strategy and stuff like that. Hope you enjoyed it.
It will be on YouTube
There's
probably
between 2.
tomorrow for this one now. Greg, can you
Yeah.
find it on the
So
laptop?
thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.